Broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studio at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee. This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN on ESPN Wisconsin. Here's Kyle Wallace, Ben Brust, and Brad Nortman.
It is a great day to be alive on this Monday. Kyle, Brust, and Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin. My name is Ben Brust. Alongside me, Packer backer, Wisconsin or Marquette or both backer, Kyle Wallace.
What up, what up, what up? Good day for Wisconsin.
Brad Nortman, Super Bowl 50 runner-up. Brookfield Hall of Fame snub.
Oh, wow.
Again?
Again.
Wow, I hope they don't run out of, you only get a certain amount of years.
Yeah, I phase out.
Strofe and I are on this.
Oh, you're on it.
Strofe and I are on this.
Okay. There's only two people that I could trust to, wave
Ruin your
chances. I think I
to
can
ruin
trust
your
you.
chances forever. To be banned forever.
To be banned or to get in?
Yeah, there's
to be or not to
it's
be.
It's one or the other. I'm either banned for life or I'm in next year.
Yeah, we're either burning bridges or we are lighting up.
Or you're gonna have
you're gonna have Jersey in the raft.
You're gonna have, no. He's gonna have a statue by the time we're done with Brookfield Central.
Be gentle, boys. Be gentle.
We got this.
Be
we got
gentle.
this. UKVN Nation 800-990-3776. That is the Carbless Talking text line. Liz is more, and as always, see our beautiful faces on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee and at ESPN Madison. Look, I'm pumped. We're going to be at Potawatomi Casino Hotel from 2 to 5 on Thursday and on Friday.
Can't wait.
That's awesome.
Thick of it.
We have 3 days until the thick of the chaos of games, and the fact that I have to start here because I forgot about it. Alex Strofe, oh my gosh. You can print out a bracket that doesn't have anything filled out before the selection show? Because you sent us a picture, and I don't know if you have it uploaded from Mr. Relevant, but you have chicken scratch handmade bracket that you fill out as they do the reveal on Sundays.
Yeah, I do it every year.
Print a bracket without anything on it. It looked like it looked like something I'd pick up, from one of the 3-year-olds at daycare. Look at this bracket I made.
Yeah, why do you do that? That is a very strange ritual.
I've been doing it ever
since
I
was
remember.
5 years old.
And so I've always done it on 2 different pieces of paper, so it's big enough so I can really digest it rather than, tiny little text on a tiny little piece of paper. I don't know. I've just kind of always done. I've handwritten it. That's what they say, right? When you write something down, you remember it.
So does it help you process matchups? Or?
Yes.
What do you mean?
Wow.
So
he's trying to really prove his NCAA
You're a
basketball
bracketologist
acumen.
now? Like you're really good at predicting this, Strofe? You win it all the time? You win all the pools that you're in?
Oh, okay, Mr. NFL Draft Guru.
It's a lash out session now.
An expert off.
It's 2:03 on Monday. We got a lash out between Kyle and Strofe. Go figure. Kyle versus Strofe beef continues to grow every day.
Strofe mad at me, Strofe. I was asking the question, are you a bracketologist? Or do you typically do well in your bracket pools?
He's mocking you right now,
No,
Strofe.
I understand he's mocking me because it's complete luck. No, I just love college basketball, Kyle. It's as simple as that.
Is it complete luck?
Yes.
I don't know. It shouldn't
I think
be.
there's some skill in this, too.
Are you talking about the bracketology portion?
Yeah.
No, I mean, the bracketology portion is usually pretty close. They usually only 1 to 2 teams wrong, and clearly UNC North Carolina getting in was egregious. But
I read a stat that there's like a curator of a bunch of like bracketologists, 111 of the top bracketologists in the country, all 111 at West Virginia in the bracket.
No way.
Dang.
Only 27 in
I
North
saw
Carolina.
that the state of West Virginia is doing like a legitimate investigation on the NCAA. No, I did see that. We're going too far now and all
I'm
that.
glad I don't pay
Just
taxes
broadly
in West
speaking,
Virginia.
if there's 68 teams,
Yes.
you can't really complain.
My thing is when you're snubbed, be better. Right?
Yeah, this isn't a 4-team playoff.
And I think Billis or somebody said that yesterday, at the end of the day, we're debating 30 through 35 of the top teams other than the automatic bids from smaller conferences. My thing is, Don't put yourself on the bubble. Great job.
Yeah.
Good season.
Maybe
but
they
don't
assumed the West Virginia folks couldn't read the name not being there.
Okay,
Wow.
now Kyle's lashing out at West Virginia.
West Virginia.
I mean, it was a chance. A lot of kissing cousins there.
Wow.
That being said, the Badgers have ended up in Denver.
Absurd.
No one's excited?
Agree. I'm nervous. I don't know about
All
you.
right.
I'm more nervous.
I'm just
Listen,
happy
Here's what I'm going to start with, and then I will field questions from KBN Nation. I know Brad Nortman's panicking like a nervous third grader with
like a little
Badger gear
schoolboy.
on.
Yeah, I'm nervous.
Look, the Badgers are a 3 seed. You know what a 3 seed is? A good resume and a good team.
Real good.
Iowa State, also a 3 seed, is in Milwaukee. Totally get it. Better resume. Have to be close to home for them as well. The one that's frustrating is Kentucky. Kentucky and Illinois, them being in Milwaukee, feels dumb. Whatever. They're not in Milwaukee. The egregious thing as well is that after playing 4 games in 4 days, the Badgers are playing on a Thursday and early on a Thursday. I get all that, but it's not that big of a deal. I'm really frustrated with the soft mindset right now of trying to find every freaking excuse of why everything's going wrong when at the end of the day, you're a 3 seed. You are a 17.5-point favorite against Montana. And I'll get to, if you have altitude questions, I'll get to altitude. BYU and VCU. BYU's like a top 24 team in KenPom analytics site. They're a good team, right? Guess what? Whether you played Ole Miss, who's another 6 seed, Illinois, who you wouldn't play, who's in the Big Ten, or Missouri, who's in the SEC, you have to beat somebody to go to the Sweet 16. No one's ever going to get the perfect route. It never is that way. And if we want to go even deeper, 2014 and 2015, when we went to back-to-back Final Fours, 2015 team got absolutely hosed. They got hosed.
2015 team. What? Because
they had to play UNC in the Sweet 16, Arizona in the Elite 8, Kentucky in the Final Four. They weren't even put on the opposite side of Kentucky after they were 3 losses heading into the NCAA tournament. The draw is the draw. The way I look at this is you're flying to Denver, Colorado. Shout out to my guy, Barry is the Don on Twitter. Shout out to Alex Strofe, because guess what, guys? All I'm seeing is I can't believe BYU's got a home game. It's not a home game. Strofe, how far is BYU from Denver?
According to my math, Provo, Utah to Denver, Colorado is a 7-hour and 15-minute car ride, not counting stops.
The same distance that Marquette is to Cleveland, Ohio. Guess what? In BYU and Utah, sure, they may not have drinking laws where you can drink in those states or whatever. This is Colorado. This is Denver. Weed is legal.
They're going to be calling
Alcohol
what is
is
that
legal.
pungent smell?
They're going to be scared of all of the people that are drinking and having fun, and they're going to be in their tight little whitey-tighty underpants outside of their BYU home. And it's BY freaking you. I'm not going to sit here as the Badgers are a 3 seed and be like, oh my gosh, we got absolutely crapped on. We're in Denver. We got to beat... You're going to beat Montana. And by then, you'll get your legs underneath you, the altitude underneath you. Little fun fact here. In 2012, one team I was on, we played in New Mexico, 5,000 feet above sea level in altitude. We played Montana in the first round. Kind of ironic. Beat them by 30.
Y'all beat the hell out of them.
Yeah.
And did it take a 4-minute time, 4 minute, under 16 and maybe an under 12 to get the wind underneath you? Guess what? The commercial breaks are 2 minutes and 30 seconds long. They're longer than all the other media timeouts the rest of the year. Everything's going to be fine. All this team needs to do is win. You have to beat good teams. The draw is the draw. At this point, control what you can control. If you feel slighted, use it as motivation. They're 21 to 22-year-old men who just played really well except the championship game. I'm not getting get into the game. It sucked. They were tired. I still think they could have found a way to win. They didn't play well. They didn't do it. But now you move on. And now it's a chance to beat a bad 14 seed, which they have size advantage and will win on Thursday. And then by Saturday, there's no excuses. You go and you play either VCU or BYU, and that's the end of the story. They're good enough. They're averaging 80 points a game. They just beat a bunch of teams and left a dud out there on Sunday. They'll recover. They're going to get out there on Tuesday. They'll do a walkthrough. They're not going to tax themselves, and they are going to deal with the cards that were dealt like every other team in the tournament.
Listen, I'm right there with you, Ben. I'm trying to listen. I'm trying to not let my nerves grow because I feel like a little bit how Kyle Wallace feels when the Green Bay Packers are
Bringing
number.
me into this.
Yeah, well, when the Green Bay Packers are a number 1 seed, and maybe you approach the playoffs with a little bit of nerves, even though you look at it and you say, well, the Packers are the better team than anyone else in the NFC, but the scars of the past sort of take over the brain. The emotions overwhelm the logic. And I just sit here thinking, man, I'm nervous. I thought when they lost to Michigan in the Big Ten Championship, I thought, here we go. We're going to play in Milwaukee. We're going to get a comfortable draw. The Badgers will have earned that. And I will like the matchup against the 6th seed in Milwaukee particularly. But you address some of the reasons that, Ben, maybe we should have more confidence. I have confidence, but it is met with nerves. You already addressed elevation. I'll give you that. I'll give you that these are young athletes. That all it takes is a day to get used to it. The fatigue factor of playing this many games early on Thursday.
NC State won 5 straight games and then made it to the Final Four. If NC State made the tournament as an 11 seed or a 10 seed or a 9 seed, forget what they were. I think they were 11 seed. If Kevin Keats' NC State team can play 5 games in the ACC tournament, then make their way to the Final Four, I think the three-seeded Badgers are going to be okay.
I think, though, you're a little bit discounting BYU. Now, that sounds a little crazy, but they were in the most recent ranking, they were 17th and 18th.
Whether it was BYU, Ole Miss, Illinois, or Missouri, you're going to have to beat a good team to get to the Sweet 16.
BYU's ranked higher than all 3 of them going into the conference
based off
games.
Of what? A AP poll ranking or the Ken Pom ranking? Because guess what?
Well, both AP and coaches poll.
Yeah, there's metrics that show you that they're the 3rd of the 4th best team of all the 6 seeds.
I guess we could play the metrics game all day, but to me,
I'm saying if you're going to go with coaches and AP, I'm going to give you actual adjusted offensive and defensive combined rankings. The Badgers are in the top 10.
I'm going to tell you, Brad, I understand why you're disappointed, right? Because
I'm just nervous. I want it so bad.
It's BYU. They haven't made a Final Four in the program's history.
Brad, at the end of the day, like we can't be concerned about where we're going to play at. Like it would have been nice to play in Milwaukee, but at the end of the day, you should be excited about this Wisconsin Badger basketball team.
I am excited.
This Badger basketball team has proven something to me. Even last year when they had to be the 5 seed going against the 12 seed last year with James Madison, that was the sexy pick to get the Badgers upset. We didn't have the confidence. And then even a couple years ago when they had the 3 seed, they had Colgate and Iowa State. There was a lot of people concerned about Iowa State. This Wisconsin Badger team have been the underdogs. They have the back against the wall. They've had people who have doubted them out, and they have done nothing but step up and play very well. They beat the heck out of UCLA after losing to them during the regular season. They beat up on Michigan State.
They put up 19 threes on Mick Cronin, a defensive-minded Final Four caliber coach who took UCLA there.
So you're saying going into that game, let's say it's BYU, Wisconsin. You guys are having no nerves. You're like, yeah, we got it.
Of course there's nerves, but your expectation should be to win, Brad.
Brad, there was no... I'm going to tell you this right now. VCU could upset BYU. But here's the thing, is that there was not a 6 seed, regardless in Milwaukee or not, that we were going to be able to say, yep, here we go, book your ticket now. There was not that option.
It's never that way.
Yeah, we liked the matchup in Milwaukee, but we had the matchup in Milwaukee against Iowa State a couple years ago, and they beat the brakes off of us in that game. And so all I'm saying is this, is I'm not worried about where we're going to play. What the mentality I want this team to have that they had all year is anytime, anywhere, we ready to go. This team
somebody
has a whole
tweeted me,
bunch of
Kyle,
underdogs
if Montana wants to play tomorrow in Mexico, let's do it. And I love that. I love that because I think this team has the swagger and like the camaraderie to have that mindset. And going back, right, just to talk about being at home versus not at home, I'm not going to lie, Brad, I loved getting away. You spend the doldrums of winter all across the Midwest. Yes, there's some more teams now, so you made it out west. You go to play Rutgers sometimes, but like at the end of the day, it's a grind. It was amazing. Freshman year, we flew out to Tucson. Sweet 16. Nice. Sophomore year, we flew out to New Mexico in the altitude against Montana and Vanderbilt. Made it to the Sweet 16. Everyone's worried about you. That's what I'm saying.
18, 19, 20. No, come on now, bro.
They're going to get their wind underneath them.
I'm just saying fatigue plays a role because this is a team that when they're hot, boy, they can beat anybody. But when they're cold, playing a BYU team that can shoot the lights out, I'm just saying there are scenarios where it doesn't happen. And that gives me a little bit of nerves.
But the Badgers have played a way this year that BYU scoring a lot shouldn't scare you because you know the Badgers
Get
can
up and
keep
down.
up.
They can't keep up for sure. They
Because they average 80-plus points a game.
And think about what you saw yesterday, too, Brad.
And when they were tired against Michigan, they shot poorly.
But wait a minute. But what did they do to Michigan as well? They D'd up Michigan. So this Wisconsin Badger basketball, I'm so used to saying football, basketball program, this team, they give me more confidence than I've had in a lot of years in this team to actually make it to the Sweet 16. And you know what, Brad? We should be excited about the opportunity for them to have to match up with BYU down in Denver versus having to come here in Milwaukee.
If you're going to have the I'm scared nerves, you can have those. But I'm telling you, at the end of the day, they're in a spot in which they get to play BYU to go to the Sweet 16. That's awesome. Like it's not like you're catching like a head coach like a Rick Pitino who took St. John's to the 2 seed. You're not catching like one of these coaches that you're like, oh, they always make the run. It's BY freaking you.
I agree with that. And maybe,
fun fact again, Ben Brust 7 for 7 against BYU his sophomore year.
Ooh, powerful.
Cool.
And maybe it is the emotion of it because this team specifically, when you lose Storr, you lose Hepburn. Last year, when they got bounced in the second round, it felt
First round.
like first round.
The second round, beat Colgate year. You're
last
right.
year.
Last year. It was the
12-5 upset.
Oh, you're absolutely right.
It felt like the heat was so dialed up, and this team and Greg Gard responded. So, like, if there's any year I want them to make the Sweet 16, it's this year.
I agree with you, and what I'm saying is I love the opportunity that they have. It's not that deep. They're playing. Everyone's got to go to Denver, Colorado. Provo's not as close as people think. And who knows? VCU and that spread, it's tight. It's a 2.5-point spread. You can play either team.
Upset
11s make runs.
Tough.
They do.
Tough. They're good teams. They're definitely good teams. Brad, I'm telling you this right now. You're just concerned because the Wisconsin Badgers haven't done something.
I got scars, Kyle.
Yeah, you got scars of the past. You got to let them scars go. And I think what makes me so freeing for this game is that if the Badgers do happen to get upset round 1 or round 2,
they won't get upset round 1.
I don't think they will.
Yeah, I don't think they will.
But
they're not.
At the end of the day, this Wisconsin team to me has overachieved all year. They've overachieved all year. They have proven something to me. We did not expect, going into the season, nobody expected this team to be this dang good. We were having conversations with Greg Gard this summer, asking about the roster, saying, who are the guys that they brought in? Who's this Amos guy, John Tonje?
Some of the guys that he talked about weren't even guys that made impacts.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, Brad, embrace this identity of this team of being an underdog. You should embrace it. I'm glad they're going down to Denver, Colorado, and that Provo's only a 7.5-hour drive. I like that because it just gives us a little bit more confidence for our backs up against the wall and prove everybody that this team is real. And
Greg Gard in his messaging to the media said it all, right? Like he could have went low. He could have said, "Oh, this is a joke." He knows his team's good enough. He just needs to get them in the right mindset. And I'm not going to be the one to feed the negativity right now because there's no need for that. As he said, we've made the Sweet 16 in Milwaukee, which was I was a part of. We didn't make the Sweet 16 when we were in Milwaukee, 3 seed against Iowa State not too long ago. Made it playing in the West, made it playing in the Midwest, made it playing God knows where. It's okay. This is a great thing. You are telling me. If you told me before the season the Badgers were a 3 seed and they had to place BYU or VCU to go to the Sweet 16,
I would believe
we'd all sign up for it. All. They were picked 12th in the Big Ten standings before the season. They are a 3 seed, the second best seed of all seeds in the Big Ten outside of Michigan State. Lead with some confidence, folks. The Badgers can do this.
All right.
Come on,
talk me into it.
You're a broken man right now.
Let's do it.
Come on.
It was that before the draw, and it still is that.
I agree. That is the mindset. Look, it's been a great season for Wisconsin, but it only stays a great season if it's capped off with a Sweet 16.
I'm fine with that as well.
Round 1 exit.
It's a good season. It's a good season.
It goes
great to good.
Another underwhelming
postseason performance.
But there's not as much fire. Think about this. Last year we were talking about, well, hey, if Greg Gard doesn't make it out, he may be thinking about it. We're not thinking about Greg Gard.
He's not on the hot seat.
Not at all.
But it would be underwhelming.
He was on a hot seat last year.
You'd see a trend. You would see a trend of like, man, what do we got to do then? We could kill the regular season. What's it going to do to take to do that last push in the offseason?
There was these same conversations, believe it or not, before we went to Sweet 16, missed the tournament, Final Four. Before that, look at some of the results from Bo Ryan. People are starting to grow frustrated with Bo. And think about what Bo is looked at now as a Badger head coach.
All it takes is
and Greg Gard is not Bo. but all it takes is getting hot at the right time. The team has the weapons to do so, and I'm not scared of the two teams they'd have to potentially face on Saturday after getting used to this altitude that I can tell you takes 1 4-minute run, and you're breathing a little bit harder, and then you get used to it.
All right, well, I'm here for it. Go Bucky.
800-990-3776 is the Carbless Talk and Text line. Less is more. See us on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee and at ESPN Madison. Badgers, Packers, maybe sprinkle a little Marquette draw there. Don't love them playing Michigan State in the second round if they're able to get by New Mexico. All that and more. It's Kyle, Brust, and Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman
I'm sorry that I don't want to touch Ben's Peter.
on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com. It doesn't matter if it's your first betting slip ever or just the first one of the week. We've got your Potawatomi sportsbook picks covered. Tune in Wednesdays to the Weekly Wager with Greg Matzik, Ben Brust, and Jen Latta.
If someone gives you 10,000 to 1 on anything, you take it.
The Weekly Wager, Wednesday nights at 6, right here on 94.5 ESPN, the Wisconsin On Demand app, and ESPN Milwaukee's YouTube channel.
Draft day is approaching, and whether you're watching every pick or just there for the party, Higher Love has everything you need to elevate your draft experience. As the best in the Midwest, Higher Love offers the largest selection of organic, clean green certified products at unbeatable value, making them the can't-miss top pick. Higher Love Menominee, an hour from Green Bay, right across the Wisconsin border. Find them at findhigherlove.com/CBD.
She's different and special and loaded with personality.
And there's one more thing, but you can't explain it in words.
She's the one.
She's the one.
The one.
You know it.
Your friends know it.
The whole world knows it.
We curated a special selection of engagement rings for her.
Can you guess what we call it?
We call it the One Collection by Kessler's.
Because these engagement rings are different
And special.
and loaded with personality.
And one more thing, but you can't explain it in words.
Engagement rings in the One Collection start at just $725.
But some of them are more.
A lot more.
But we've got you covered.
First, we have 12 months financing at 0%. Or
Second, we have 36 months financing at 9.99%, both with approved credit.
Third, we have second chance financing if you need someone to give you a second chance.
and don't forget the Kessler's warranty.
The strongest warranty of any jewelry store in the world.
For the location of the Kesslers nearest you, visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
Hi, I'm Jim Token, president of the Auto Dealers of Metro Milwaukee. Did you know that Adam members employ more than 7,500 people? Plus, Adam recently completed their 14th annual Feeding America Change Your Oil promotion. To date, Adam has donated over $875,000, which provided over 2.6 million meals. Start your next car search by finding an Adam member dealer at adam.com. That's ADAMM.com.
Hi, this is John Neal, CPA, founder of Right Choice Tax Resolution and best-selling author on how to have less stress with the IRS. We have talked with a number of new clients who told us the same story. They had a tax situation and went with one of those national firms with the TV and radio ads. They guarantee they can settle your tax owed for pennies on the dollar. They take a $10,000 fee up front, and then you never hear from them again. We are a local firm and just want to help you resolve your situation so you can get on with your life. Don't let your bank account get wiped out, your paycheck or Social Security check get garnished, or a lien put on your house so you can't sell it or get refinanced. The state can even put a hold on your occupational license. Make the right choice and call 844-222-1192 or visit rightchoicetax.us today. Schedule a free meeting so we can talk and come up with a plan to solve your situation right now. It will not go away if you bury your head in the sand. Call now, 844-222-1192, or visit rightchoicetax.us.
Nestled along the shores of Lake Michigan, the Knickerbocker Hotel offers a timeless escape in the heart of Milwaukee. Immerse yourself in the rich history of this iconic landmark where charm meets modern luxury. Picture yourself enjoying breathtaking lake views, luxurious rooms, and dining at one of the finest restaurants in the city. Whether you're visiting for a weekend getaway or a special occasion, the Knickerbocker promises an unforgettable experience. Your perfect stay awaits at the Knickerbocker Hotel. For more information and to book your next stay, visit knickerbockeronthelake.com.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Now, we all know our guy Brad Nortman loves some stats.
Love stats.
Ben Brust, Kyle Wallace, Brad Nortman, Alex Strofe here with you. UKBN Nation, 800-990-3776. Carbless Talking Text Line lists is more. And this is something I subscribe to and I look for every single year. And it's starting to pick up more steam. Strofe probably knows about it. If he doesn't, I'll be disappointed. 96% of national champions since 2001 have had a top 21 Ken Pom offense pre-tournament. 91% of national champions since 2001 have had a top 31 defense pre-tournament. There are only 8 teams throughout the entire tournament that fit that criteria. 4 of them, the 1 seeds. You have Houston, Florida, Auburn, and Duke. One of them is a 2 seed, Tennessee. One of them is a 3 seed, Iowa State. One of them is an 8 seed, Gonzaga. And one of them is a 3 seed, the Wisconsin Badgers.
Ooh, buddy. That's a good stat, Ben.
It is.
That's a good stat.
It is a good way to start looking at the way that your team played throughout the entire year. You can look at your offensive and defensive rating, and based off that criteria, you have the metrics to make a run based off that 91 and 96% chance to win the national championship. Am I saying they're going to win a national championship? No, because they'd run into Duke in the Elite Eight, and then they'd run into, again, based off, if we're just going chalk here, a 1 seed in the Final Four, and then another 1 seed, like just on a chalk basis. But the opportunity is there for them to get to a Sweet 16, and that's why I've said my whole thing is get to the Sweet 16, because this team is good enough to make a run. You got to get through the first round.
Yeah, I mean, what that tells me is this team is built to make a run, and it's no fluke. And not that I was concerned that there was a fluke.
I'm just trying to give you some more confidence here.
All those higher seeds in the past and underwhelming tournament exits, it just makes you wonder, like, is this team built to make runs anymore? And like they were when Ben was playing. So what that tells me is Greg Gard has
fit
built
the criteria.
Those
2 years, we fell short by a game in 2 games.
Okay.
I mean,
okay, I feel good. I feel good. This is a good therapy session.
I'm telling you right now, Brad,
this.
you should feel absolutely good. For me, it just comes down to the fact
Tanji was also 1 of 15.
He was atrocious, but
he plays well, they win. And fatigue got him there, but I guarantee
he's an old man.
He's an old soul. He might need a little more ice baths than the other couple youngers as they go out to Denver. But they'll be all right.
They will be all right, Brad. And again, with the expectation that we had in the season, they all outperformed expectation, and then they went to the tournament, the Big Ten tournament, and who would have thought they would have had back-to-back years that they were going to the Big Ten tournament championship? Didn't get the result that we wanted, but again, this basketball team is showing they lost some guys, and they were able to replace them.
And you know what happened when they lost the Big Ten tournament last year? Storr started counting his money. There's nobody on this team right now that's counting money. There isn't. Based off what I've been hearing about the internal, who they know they need to bring back, based off the blueprint of how they played this year to bring other guys in to start building upon the success that they have with transfers.
Oh, wow.
Everything's heading in the right direction for them to be engaged as well. Tanji has nothing left to do.
This is it.
Blackwell, I don't think is going anywhere. He loves being a Badger.
That's good to know.
In a world where transferring's never been easier.
And we're doing our part with Nolan Winter at 100.5 ESPN Madison, helping his NIL fund to be on the jump around 3.0.
That's right. In a time when team alliances has never been more transactional. It seems like it's a good culture. It seems like everybody wants to be there, and that's hard to create. It's like a year by year basis, and kudos.
And that is why Michigan had success as well, because they knew that they're against the Badgers on Sunday. Their team is comprised of all graduate guys. They were looking to get some sort of championship. They won the Big Ten championship. They got a 5 seed. I don't like their draw. Whatever. The Badgers have a good enough draw to get to the Sweet 16, and at that point, let's see what happens.
Yeah, and the difference is this basketball team seems like the old-time Wisconsin basketball team. This feels more like the Wisconsin-type culture.
I wouldn't say style play, but culture.
But culture, but still, again, that grittiness, their ability to win close games, the ability to beat good teams. There was a time period there where the Wisconsin Badgers, we were hopeful that they would upset somebody. But this season, they came back when they beat Arizona earlier on during the season as well, and throughout Big Ten play, they showed that they belong to be amongst the elite in the Big Big Ten and in the country. So we should feel very comfortable and confident going into the NCAA tournament this year. Unlike Marquette.
Chef Ed chimes in. He's going to be treating me to cousin subs when he wins the $1,000 gift card that you have an opportunity to be a part of as well. It's the ESPN Wisconsin Bracket Challenge presented by Cousins. One fan could win $1,000 in subs. It is so fun to play along and very easy to play along. It is just go search ESPN Wisconsin Bracket Challenge or ESPN.com, ESPN Tournament Challenge app, and join the group with the password Cousins. Join. $1,000 of subs on the line. The one thing that we didn't discuss that I know we just want to get off our chest real quick, it was really fun again to have a Wisconsin team that we all really care about in a meaningful game with emotions and nerves for at stakes of a championship.
Something you can't say about the football team. I mean, all I could think about, among many things, of being proud of this Wisconsin Badger basketball team was, when's the next time the Wisconsin Badger football team is going to be competing for a Big Ten championship, whether in the Big Ten championship game or even in the conversation? That's exactly what this Big Ten or what this Badger basketball team is doing.
Will it be 6 years? Will the Badgers have a national championship playoff appearance or a Big Ten championship game appearance, or will Alex Strofe have a kid in 6 years? What's more likely?
6 years is a massive, massive window. And whether it be the Badgers making the college football player for Alex Strofe having a kid, almost anything can happen in 6 years. And speaking of massive windows, that is with the deal with Pella Windows of Wisconsin. I mean,
huge window.
6 years for a huge, massive, beautiful window.
And it'd be paid off. And Strofe will have a kid.
And no interest for 6 years. And Strofe is toting around a little baby Strofe Jr.
Beautiful windows, beautiful child.
How about that? And you can only get that, and you can see how Pella Windows and Doors can deliver that with their top durable, beautiful, energy-saving, and customizable windows and doors. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin is offering a deal that you just cannot pass up. It is no interest for 6 years. Strofe's going to have a kid in 6 years. Think about that. That is no interest for 6 years. So go ahead and pay those off, and you can enjoy those beautiful Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin all along the way.
Speaking of Alex Strofe, it's his time to shine. Let's hear from Alex Strofe. He had a lot to talk about at Mr. Irrelevant on YouTube at 12:30 on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Check that out on YouTube.
That was an hour 20 minute show.
Did you guys notice he's just taking that show longer and longer as he goes and shows up later and later for us?
Yeah, he didn't wrap up to 1:35 today?
Yeah.
Oh, 140-ish. Oh. Yeah.
Honesty, that's great. More next.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN.
What's going on? Big, come on.
It's getting tough. It's getting slow.
Ben, don't be pathetic. Your father's with your baby. They're listening. You gotta be better.
But I'm giving it my all. I don't know what you're at either.
Stop humping the ground.
Yeah.
Get up.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
My house has a new glow. I love my windows. Universal Windows Direct.
It's ESPN Milwaukee's Kyle Walls for Universal Windows Direct. The tax time sale is going on now, and they'll make your wallet even happier by paying no interest until 2030. Schedule your free in-home estimate today.
I love my windows. They've got that brand new home effect. Universal Windows Direct.
Wisconsin Indoor Golf Center is hosting another Scramble tournament with $1,000 in cash prizes available. Hey ESPN Milwaukee, this is Gary Ellerson, and Wisconsin Indoor Golf Center invites you to play in a two-man scramble at TPC Sawgrass, all from their comfortable golf simulators. Grab a friend and sign up today at WisconsinIndoorGolfCenter.com. The tournament costs $120 per pairing and is happening now through March 31st. Your winter chance to play TPC Sawgrass awaits. WisconsinIndoorGolfCenter.com.
Fisco is always there for your auto body care. When accidents happen, Fisco Auto Body on Forest Home in Franklin is there when you need them. Got a broken mirror? They'll take care of it. Dented bumper? Scratch paint? Fisco Auto Body will take care of it. If there's any damage you need fixed, Fisco has you covered. Their expert workmanship is guaranteed for the life of your vehicle. So stop in for all of your auto bumps and dings. Once again, you know the line. That's Fisco.
Stirring fiber, exercising, frequent trips to the store for more laxatives and fiber. Sounds like your constipation with belly pain is a lot to manage. But if your symptoms that keep coming back are signs of irritable bowel syndrome with constipation or IBS-C, ask your doctor how Linzess can help you get ahead of it. Linzess linaclotide is a prescription medicine that treats IBS-C in adults. It's not a laxative. It's a once-daily pill that helps you get ahead of your symptoms. It's proven to help you have more frequent and complete bowel movements and helps relieve overall abdominal symptoms, belly pain, discomfort, and bloating. These symptoms were studied in combination, not individually. Do not give Linzess to children less than 2. It may harm them. Do not take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, stop taking Linzess and call your doctor right away. Other side effects include gas, stomach area pain, and swelling. Learn more at linzess.com or call 1-800-LINZESS.
Wherever you are in Wisconsin, there's a free and confidential Aging and Disability Resource Center, ADRC, or Tribal Partner Agency. We're here for older adults, adults with disabilities, and your families. ADRCs are a bridge to support for benefits and financial assistance, transportation, in-home care, and more. Get to know your local ADRC and connect with resources today. Call toll-free 1-844-WIS-ADRC or go to findmyadrc.org. Paid for by the Wisconsin Department of Health Services.
For your fellow fanatics and your number one fans, for your game day compatriots and your personal cheerleaders, for all the reasons you smile, get covered with dental and vision insurance from Delta Dental of Wisconsin and Delta Vision. Support your overall health so you can be your best for those who matter to you most. Call Eric Pearson. Eric Pearson, Saganiac Planning, 262-783-6161. Saganiac Planning, a name synonymous with employee benefits and top-notch service. The Saganiac Planning Marquette basketball greatest scorers. Tony Smith, he had crazy numbers. In 87 as a freshman, 8 points per game, 8. And yet his senior year, it tripled to 24 a game. Smith's average for many years was the highest single-season scoring average in Marquette history. And he scored 44 against Wisconsin. And 2 weeks later, 43 against Butler. Think. 87 in 2 games, when as a freshman, he scored 234 in an entire season.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Ben Brust, Kyle Wallace, Brad Nortman, Alex Stroop running the show. KBN Nation, as always, 800-990-3776. That is the Carbless Talk and Text line. List is more. See our beautiful faces on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee and at ESPN Madison.
Thank you. You think I'm beautiful.
Oh, and then we get uglier when Strofe throws it on here for becoming relevant.
Hey, Mr. Irrelevant, it's time to become relevant. Strofe's time to shine on KBN starts now.
All right, the dilemma happened last week, and I forgot to bring it up with you guys on Friday.
A dilemma, huh?
Maybe not a dilemma. Essentially, I'm asking you if you think I was getting hit on or not.
Oh, wow. Oh, you just think you're such a stud.
Wow, that smile, that smirk.
Hey, let's go do becoming relevant, and I can talk to everyone how I got hit on.
Cool. Tell us about it. Let's see how somebody
Ben just took a shot at how I'm not good looking, so I figured I'd throw it back.
Oh, so because I took a shot that you were good looking, you made the first topic
how I am good looking.
About how you think you're good looking because you were
No, about how somebody else thinks I'm good looking.
You know what I find interesting is that they always call each other out for being me guys.
Oh, we're both me guys.
Yeah, I mean, but you always call each other out as if you're not me guys.
No, I know I'm a me guy. He thinks he's not.
I've never once said that, have I, Kyle?
No, I think he's pretty content with being a me guy. He knows he is.
I'm a me guy a little bit. I love me some me. You know, me and Terrell Owens share a birthday. It's his quote.
Oh, jeez.
So he's gone really deep into this.
Yeah. So, what was the scenario?
All right. So did Manti Te'o's girlfriend hit on you?
That would have been a funny joke in 2013. So Brian D, director of content at ESPN Milwaukee, we went to a coffee shop on Thursday. And we ordered coffee.
Why? There's coffee in the office?
Yeah, we went together.
You couldn't have had our coffee here and worked here? You had to just take a walk?
Yeah, we took a walk. Mix up the workday a little bit, you know? and I ordered a drip coffee. He ordered a black coffee, but
How's
iced.
a drip coffee?
It's just like the black coffee they have on tap that day. So whatever, medium roast, light roast, dark roast.
A little bit more bougie than just normal black coffee.
Oh,
No, it's just normal black coffee. Anyway.
So then why didn't you just say that then?
Because drip is the one they already have made. Like, you don't get to pick if you want a medium roast, a light roast, or dark roast. You just say drip coffee. It's what they have readily accessible.
Readily available.
I've never heard that before.
Yeah.
Learn something new every day.
You don't spend a lot of time in coffee shops.
That's
clearly.
also true.
All right, so I ordered drip coffee. The lady behind the counter pours the coffee, puts the lid on, grabs a donut hole, puts it on my coffee, hands it to me, says, "You have a great day." Smiles at me. I said, "Hey, you too." Brian D. gets his coffee. No donut hole. Didn't tell him to have a great day.
Ugly ass Brian D. That's what it is. Ugly ass Brian D.
So, was I being hit on?
No, she definitely thought you was cute. She thought you were cute.
Do you know how many people she probably put a donut hole on?
She's looking for something called a tip. A financial tip.
But that already happened.
Add that 20%.
That already happened at that point.
No.
We were done checking
Here's
out.
the
We were at a
overall
different
point
side of the
here.
table.
Here's the overall point here, Strofe.
What's the point? I'm with Strofe.
You're not the only person she gave a donut hole to. She's taken stabs all day at a relatively above just average looking guy.
Because she's a floozy. That's what it is, Strofe. Hey, you know what? Strofe,
My coffee girl's cheating on me?
She know what? No, she is cheating on you with a lot of different people, but Strofe, you take
It's like
that
when you
win.
fall in love with at a gentleman's club.
Oh,
you just
wow.
fell in love
boy.
with the barista.
Hold on.
That
Don't put
is
words in my
funny.
mouth. I never said I fell in love.
No, she fell in love.
Yeah,
That's
I'm
okay.
saying, the same way that, you probably...
not the same way.
So you think she should
Strofe
take it
pegs me
swings all
so as
day?
a guy who falls in love with a gentleman's
Well,
club.
hold on.
I hope
Now,
not. That is.
if I was single and willing, right? Both of those things
Was she
necessary.
cute?
No comment.
No. That's a yes.
You got two eyes.
I mean, she was pretty, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, now.
So now you're using this
So,
to send to your girlfriend saying, pay more attention to me.
well,
Yeah.
hold on.
Look at the catch you got.
I actually have the girlfriend follow up in a moment, but I want to stick here for a moment. So, if she hands me it and I took it as she thinks I look good today, how do you proceed when she is literally working? Do you just go?
Write your phone number on a
think-
napkin, you give it to her, dude. Have some
That's it?
swag.
Okay.
Wow.
I think
That's
you
it?
go
Good.
back. I think you go back the next day, or you keep on going back to the coffee shop till you see her again. Then you can say, you know what?
Slow
Hey,
play.
you know what?
He's a slow play guy.
Yeah,
Sounds like a
you know what?
stalker.
That donut.
That's what he did to Lexi.
That donut did make my day.
You literally
And-
stalked your wife in
and I'd
order
like
to
to
get
make
her.
your day. How about that?
Oh, wow.
I've
You guys are
taken
good.
Yeah, that's right.
Strofe, I'm a little bit too scared and nervous.
I ain't got time. I ain't got
it's
time
sad.
for all that follow up. Here's my number. Hit me if you're interested.
This is sad.
bad.
It shows how long all of us have been out of the game.
Yeah.
This is depressing.
I'm just excited for you.
I just said write your number on the paper and give it to her.
We didn't play Division I hoops, and every girl on campus knew who we were. Babe.
No, but if this person didn't know and thought I was cute, I can do that. And then if she looks me up and happens to see I played basketball, then we're good.
Don't act like you had this swag before you started hitting threes and everybody knew who you
Uh-huh,
were.
exactly.
Let's stop. You're a loser.
he is locked in the gym.
I'm
Yeah.
not gonna lie. If it were the same thing, and I were to be given a donut hole, I would just be like, I got a donut hole. But that was like that's how.
So
long
that
you're
was
out of the
my
game.
response.
No,
And I
as
was
in
like,
you're bringing
oh,
this
no.
on the air of
And-
like, wait,
What a great.
Well, then
day.
our boss said, she didn't give me a donut. You got to bring it to the KBN guys. I said, okay, I will. Now, I brought this up to Hunter Vaughn, who produces Mr. Relevant Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
Oh, Hunter.
He said, how quickly did you tell your girlfriend?
Said, what do you mean you got to tell your girlfriend?
I said, I didn't.
Yeah, why would you?
And he goes, no, you have to by sundown. So if you are hit on blatantly, and this I don't view this as blatantly, but if you are blatantly hit on, somebody walks up to you in a bar and says, you are really handsome, can I get your number?
Oh, no.
How quickly do you tell your significant other?
Ooh,
You know that direct. I would tell her right away. And Lexi
You
would
text
be
her?
like, good
she's
for
not.
you.
She's not with you. You text her and be like, I just got hit on?
It depends on how much
Or
I
do you
had
just
to drink.
Do you just let it die? Or do you just...
I don't think it matters either way.
Yeah, I think whether it be.
Well, I'm curious for each of you individually.
Once is your old like Lexi and I, she'd be like, good for you.
Yeah.
You still got it. Good for you.
Yeah.
I'd be like, baby, guess what just happened?
Yeah, yeah.
Ooh, these
Flaunt
women
it.
was on me today, baby. You better watch out. They love me, baby. You got you a snack.
You better watch
like
out.
Austin
You got
Powers.
you a snack?
Yeah, I love whenever, because I don't go out at all. Like, I legitimately haven't been out all 2025.
snack.
I love if somebody does. It's rare because I don't put myself in them situations.
It
But
sucks. Good for you though. This is important.
Yeah.
Thank God he's in a relationship, because if he did give her his number, or Instagram handle, she's going to see the 3-cone combine drill, and you're never going to get a text back.
Quick Google search. Alex Strofe. I wonder
what's
what
he
he's known for.
What would you do if that was, thank goodness, because what would you do in that case? Like, that's embarrassing. No woman would want to talk to you after that except for your current girlfriend, but she's stuck. She fell in love before she saw this.
She's not stuck. She's willing.
She's stuck.
Oh, yeah, she's willing and able.
She's willing and able. I don't know how to answer that question, to be honest with you. I don't know.
You would just say it's a bit. You have to.
Yeah, I was joking.
Then she'd say, show me how you do it faster.
It was an act. Okay, well, let's go to the track. Let's see what you got, kid. No. All I know is I went home that night and I said, you know what, baby? You are one lucky girl.
Yeah, that's what you got to tell them. Let them know you the catch.
So, Brad, how'd you find out about Brookfield Central Hall of Fame?
Ben brought it up to me.
Yeah?
He didn't know. I had to go through the list of Hall of Fame winners. I had to break the news that Brad is not in the Brookfield Central next Hall of Fame class.
Yeah, I don't know what a guy's got to do.
Don't worry. Like I said,
we got you covered.
Strofe and I have you covered.
Be gentle. I'm trying to stay in good
I'll
graces.
treat him like, as you would say, I'll treat him like a lady.
Treat him like a lady. Brookfield Central is a beautiful lady.
Really?
Well, in different ways.
I may have already taken a baseball bat to a few mailboxes.
Okay, oh, wow. Keep that out of the...
The entire committee's mailboxes are on the ground.
Oh, wow. That's a frightening frightening image in my head.
I mean, to be honest, they had to come in.
If I had to, like, kind of schmooze it
they
up
don't know
a
it was
little
me.
bit. Well, how did you sign it? What email address did you do it from?
No. Physical mailbox.
Mailbox.
I was in the back of a pickup truck with a baseball bat.
And I was driving.
Wow.
Benny was driving.
That's frowned upon in the wonderful suburbs of Brookfield, but
or anywhere.
Well, you know.
West Virginia,
particularly in the 262.
What I do know is Kyle told me as a surprise, and I have no idea what the hell it is. So usually it's like Strofe has a surprise, or I have a surprise, or Brad had a dream.
Yeah, this is
unprecedented.
Did you say this is the lowest?
Yeah,
loaded.
Least likely. No, that's the lowest.
Yeah, and loaded,
lowest
probably, if it's least likely. If it disappoints, then you don't get it to say, I have any more surprises. Bad. It's probably bad. But it's going to be good.
Listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN.
Let them know the dread-headed brother loves the Green Bay Packers. When you see me, Goody, let me in the box.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com. Whether it's live or in podcast form, you've heard us on air with all of our shenanigans.
Gabe, I'm throwing some... Why are you throwing... I don't want...
Now see your favorite 94.5 ESPN shows streaming on video.
By me, by the way. I hit that microphone like 4 out of 6 times on that.
Subscribe to ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube and get notified when we hit the air live. Plus, you can watch back any second that you miss and see original digital content too. Watch, listen, interact. ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
So many of our youth carry unimaginable burdens. Anger, depression, even thoughts of suicide. At Rawhide Youth Services, we recognize their pain. We help them find hope and healing. For those that need a second chance at life, we refuse to give up on them. Please be a part of our life-saving work. When you donate your used vehicle to Rawhide, you're helping change the lives of countless youth in our communities. Go to rawhide.org/donate and help them realize a brighter future today.
Dr. Aaron Holtebeck and his team at Holtebeck Eye Center make vision care a top priority. They are your premium provider for eye care and corrective eye surgeries. Dr. Holtebeck has been helping local patients with their eye care needs for over 20 years. Dr. Nausheen Abbas joined the Holtebeck Eye Center team last September, and her practice philosophy is to provide patient-centered medicine by giving all options. Located in Brookfield near the corner of Calhoun and Capitol. Learn more about their services at holtebeck.com.
The only thing that tops our selection is your savings discount liquor.
TGIM. Thank goodness it's March. Court is in session. Basketball tournament time is the most exciting time of the year. Are you set for tip-off? Get those brackets ready and stock up for all the games with a trip to Discount Liquor. Hi, this is Marie from Discount Liquor, where, since 1960, we've been your one-stop shop for everything alcohol-related. With a selection of over 15,000 varieties of beer, wine, liquor, and mixers, all at the lowest prices in town, Discount Liquor is sure to make your tournament party a success. So get those brackets together and start the madness. Discount Liquor, 2 locations, Milwaukee on 51st in Oklahoma, and in downtown Waukesha on Barstow in Maine. See all of our specials at discountliquorinc.com. amfam.com.
Discount liquor.
Why is life better with American Family Insurance? Because every policy comes with something very special. A trusted agent who's there to help protect your dreams by finding the right coverage at the right price. Save up to 23% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Are you ready to shake things up at Potawatomi Casino Hotel, Milwaukee? All you gotta do is toss your rewards card into your favorite slots for drawing entries and a chance to be in the Roll for Riches game show. What's on the table? Oh, just $300K in cash and prizes. Play this March, and Thursday nights, you could get on a winning streak that, frankly, you deserve. Let it ride and Roll for Riches. Only at Potawatomi. More info online. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
Want to know where the snow is? Snow River Mountain Resort in Michigan's UP is buried in it. Over 125 inches of pure natural powder this season alone. Skip the airport hassle and head to the UP's only resort with high-speed lifts. We're talking deep snow, zero crowds, and a season that stretches well into April. Why fly south when winter's best-kept secret is right here in your backyard? Make this spring break legendary at Snow River Mountain Resort. Snow River Mountain Resort, where the snow stays longer and the lines move faster. Visit snowriver.com to book now.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Ben Brust, Kyle Walsh, Brad Nortman getting down and dirty on a Monday. Alex Strofe running the show. UKBN Nation 800-990-37. Ooh. Kyle was dancing. I got so distracted.
My eyes.
Yeah. Sit down.
Baby.
I felt like I was in like 7th grade science class, and I need to run to that chemistry thing, and you got to wash your eyes out after seeing something.
You talk about going to strip clubs and fall in love with a stripper. Come to a Chippendale club with me, they might fall in love with me.
Wow, you really think highly of yourself.
Look at them hips.
And he thinks we're me, guys.
You can see these hips move on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee and at ESPN Madison. As I was saying, the phone number before distracted by the great dancing is 800-990-3776. The Carbless Talking text line, less is more.
Well, you may be wondering why, oh why, is Kyle thrusting his hips and putting his hand on his head and dancing and having a good time?
Yeah, I mean, yes, I am very curious.
I am moving my hips and dancing because I'm trying to get loose. I'm trying to practice because guess what? Today, you know how you used to play, We Just Got a Letter.
Oh, do you still have that?
We just got a letter.
We just got a letter. We just got a letter. We just got a letter. It's from Benny Brust.
And you know what? Baby girl called me today and she said, baby, you got a letter. And it's from Benny Brust. And you know what the letter was? It was the save the date today that came down to the Wallace household.
Not a state, household.
Yes, household. It's just a household, not a state. That's very true. And so baby girl absolutely called me today. She called me before the show, and usually she knows. Come to like 11:30. You know, I'm in full show mode. She said hello.
She called, and he answered, "Hey, baby," and it was like, "Okay,
hello, baby."
Is there anyone that he could call baby at work other than baby girl?
Yeah, and so I talked to baby girl, and she was like, "I got something in the mail." I said, "What you mean you got something in the mail? What's going on, baby? We ain't paying no bills. What's happening? We being evicted."
Are we being evicted?
She said, "No, I got a nice little letter in the mail from Benjamin Brust." I said, "Benjamin Brust? Yep. I just got my letter," and so that's why I was working the hips out because I fully expect to hear Pony at the wedding. Me and baby girl gonna be doing all our little dances at the wedding. Y'all gonna find out how K-Wall get down.
Looks like I gotta see if they can play this song at the wedding. Am I right?
Yeah, this usually a gardener toss. You know they climb under the
anything at the Strofe apartment complex.
Y'all didn't wait. You didn't get anything yet?
I have not checked the mail in like a week.
What about the Nortman estate?
So I did text the first lady of the Nortman estate, Lexi, and we did not get it as of today. Now it takes a little bit longer to get out there into those estates. So maybe just maybe we're still waiting.
Wait a minute, am I the only one that for sure? Wait, I was I made it to the A list.
Clearly,
I was on the A list.
Only A list got invites.
Look at that.
And there were
I'm still sweating here.
I'll let y'all know. Add me on Instagram. Yeah, Kyle Wallace 414.
We don't need any
Look
more
at them
hip
hips,
shaking.
boy. Hey,
We don't need any more of that.
You can learn from these hips.
Now-
if you move your hips like this, your invite would have came already.
The reason why I'm a little taken aback by this quickness,
So uncomfortable.
I put him in the mail Saturday.
Oh wow!
That is.
They knew I
Did
was
you do like first class mail
first
overnight?
class for me.
Overnight it to the wall.
There was going to be a couple people I've had conversations with, like that. It was, like some tough cuts as we discussed about the capacity, and I didn't have a chance now to.
You weren't expecting to happen this fast.
I didn't expect you to say that before I could have conversations with people that won't be getting save the dates.
Oh, that's awkward.
I mean, hell, ain't my fault. It's what it is, baby. I'm here. I mean, everybody here is invited. I mean, well, I know I'm invited. I believe you're.
I'd like to think so, but until you get to save the date, it's not official.
I know you were playing with Strofe, but Strofe is invited, isn't he?
Well, that's why I just brought up there were some conversations I need to have before you started.
Are you for real? Oh, wait a minute. Time out. Wait a minute. I'm doing all this.
Oh, no.
I'm doing all this. I feel bad doing the hip throws and the pony knowing that y'all may not be here.
Yeah, but you're still doing it.
I can't stop myself. It's what happens when the song comes on. Genuine. Okay, my bad.
Well, that's awkward because I mean you're celebrating your invitation. We might not even get ours.
Yeah, I don't want to throw it in people's faces. Are you for real?
I don't want to throw it in people's faces.
You've been throwing it in
everyone's face.
I didn't realize that I was on the A list before you were on the A list, and me and Strofe were on the maybe list, and now I look like, based off how expedited and quickly it got to my house, it looks like I'm on the A list. Brad's on the maybe list. Strofe is on. Do you want to tell them or?
Well, I might have to in the 2-minute break, head over to the producer's room and have a conversation.
Oh, wait a minute. Y'all should have told me when I had my surprise. Y'all should probably ask me what my surprise
I didn't
was.
think the last thing that crossed my mind was you'd be thrusting about being invited to my wedding.
Yeah, just dancing on everyone else's non-invite.
Baby girl rarely calls me and texts me during the day, so I just felt like this would be good content. Me and her
Are the
talked
shirts
about it.
untucked now?
I mean, it's loosened up in here.
She actually was.
It's like the first song's over and now Kyle's all in to the dance floor.
I am, but here's the thing. She actually sent me a picture of the save the date. Like she was like, "Hey, baby, like this would be great for the show." That's why I wanted to surprise you guys with it because my baby girl.
Did we get your names right?
Well,
was it Kyle and baby girl? Is that the invite?
I think he must have put the real name. She covered up. Baby girl's so smart because just in case I was going to send this over to Alex Strofe to put on the stream.
I don't know if I want my save the date on the stream right now. So please don't.
This is why.
Come on through, KBN Nation.
This is why.
Save the date. Here's the location. See you there.
This is why we usually prep for the show because when I get a chance to
when
do
you go
stuff,
rogue,
I go
this
rogue,
puts
you're
me in a
right.
bad spot.
I'm
Now
moving
we're
my
inviting
hips
everyone on the show.
Yeah, my bad. Never mind. I won't. I'll make sure I get it off my phone. But I do apologize because I do understand.
You can send it to me though.
I do understand how important these weddings are.
Yeah, so you can see what the save the date looks like just in case you don't get one. His default of not wanting to talk about it.
Yeah. It's a defense
are
mechanism.
you using me to kind of, get out your embarrassment of maybe not being invited and having to have a serious conversation in
It's
the
a
next
defense
60
mechanism,
seconds?
for sure.
If this can cheer you up for not being invited, I got you, Stro. I'll send you a video of me dancing. If you like me dancing, I'll send you a video.
Kyle does look like it's about 10:30 into the wedding night, where the shirt's untucked. He looks disheveled. His glasses are heating up.
Will you be looking like that a little bit, Bradley?
Oh, of course. I get a couple carbs in me, and I'm dancing just like that. And you know what? If Ben's wedding doesn't have carbless at it, I might not even attend. That's why I said it. If he doesn't have an array of carbless, I might not attend. I will walk through the doors and walk right out.
That's are spoiled from those estates.
That's true, because carbless, man, that's the only thing that I want to be enjoying when I'm dancing at Ben Brust's wedding or whatever it is, whether it be a Monday night, watching these games coming up here with the big tournament coming up, or whatever it is. There is an occasion for everything when it comes to carbless. And speaking of an occasion, if you want to be transported to a tropical paradise, then you need to pick up the Tropical Bliss Variety Pack. You're going to start to see it roll out at your local grocery store. Wherever you pick up ready-to-drink cocktails, you will see the Tropical Bliss Variety Pack with unbelievable flavors like blood orange, watermelon, raspberry, grapefruit. Not only that, the mango vodka cocktail also hitting everywhere you see. So as you're taking your grocery cart, you're walking down the aisle, be like me. I always stop at the carbless section, pick up the Nortman Estate, pick up drinks for the Nortman Estate so I can enjoy them, and it feels like I'm sitting on a sunny beach with the Tropical Bliss Variety Pack and the mango vodka cocktail, because it has everything I'm looking for. It's just like all the rest of the carbless. Low carbonation, high flavor, no carbs, no sugar, no gluten, no guilt. Just 100 calories and made right here in the great state of Wisconsin. Carbless continues to show why less is more. So enjoy yourself a Carbless like me tonight or at Ben Brust's wedding with a Carbless.
Enjoy the show on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee and at ESPN Madison. Kyle's going to give you a
little show
encore
right
here.
This is for Strofe, baby, because he ain't going to be able to see it live at the Brust wedding. This is all for you, Strofe, baby.
Back in 2 minutes.
Whether you're about to graduate high school or have been in the workforce for years, it's time to take control of your future. Welcome to Lakeland University, where you call the shots. We use our flexible learning formats to customize your degree path. In person, online, and virtual classes are all available. Lakeland University is designed around you, your goals, your schedule, your future. You can even earn up to 25% of your degree via paid work experiences. Ready to take control of your future? Let us customize an education to fit your needs. Visit lakeland.edu/ESPN to learn more.
Sharon needed legal help. She needed Gruber Law Offices.
When I think about Gruber Law Office, I think about how they took care of me, how they make sure that you get what you're supposed to get. Gruber Law Office. One call, that's all. I will always trust one call, that's all.
Injured? Call Gruber Law Offices today. One call, that's all.
They are the best. I'm very happy.
Prize Picks, the best place to get real money sports action. Over 10 million members and billions of dollars in awarded winnings. Prize Picks has made daily fantasy sports accessible to all. Simple to play. Pick more or less on at least 2 players for a shot to win up to 1,000 times your cash. Run your game all season long on Prize Picks. Prize Picks is the best way to get action on sports in more than 30 states. The app is really easy to use. To create a lineup, all you have to do, pick more or less on a few player stats for your shot to win up to 1,000 times your money. Prize Picks is the best place to win cash while watching sports. Join over 10 million users and sign up today. Combine your favorite basketball players with players from baseball and hockey, esports, and much, much more. Second half of the basketball season is here, and the race to the playoffs is heating up on Prize Picks, the best place to cash in on your favorite sports. And don't miss your chance to cash in as the league's best fight for playoff positioning. Download the app today. Use code WI to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. Run your game.
Tune in to KBN every day at 2 o'clock. Kyle, Brust, and Nortman. 94.5 ESPN is WKTI and WKTI HD, Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studio at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee. This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN on ESPN Wisconsin. Here's Kyle Wallace, Ben Brust, and Brad Nortman.
After watching Kyle dance, I might need to put a limit to his dance floor capacity.
Listen, I'm going to steal the damn show. Me and Jonathan Brust, JB, your brother, we're going to be out there just
but JB can't dance. My brother Steven was in Footloose and was Ren, and he can dance his body off.
Can he actually dance or not?
Oh, yeah. He can moonwalk. He can do it all.
Oh, I can't do all that now.
Yeah, Steven will show you up.
You're all
hips,
huh?
I don't. Yeah, I'm gonna be by JB because JB gonna be moving around wild, and I'm like, woo, yeah.
Yeah, you guys will be woo guys together.
I cannot wait to woo with JB. We're definitely gonna take a picture. You know how me, JB, and Strofe took a picture together and sent it to you?
You guys sent a picture to me?
Did we not send it?
I didn't get a picture of my brother Alex Strofe and Kyle Wallace.
Well, we'll
I'll
definitely
pop it on the stream. Hold on.
Well, I'll definitely take a picture with JB and send it to Strofe. Say, wish you were here, buddy.
Well, I mean, can I join the picture at my own wedding?
I don't want to bog you down. It's your day. You don't want to be bogged down with the wildness of me and JB at
That's
a wedding.
a no.
You're getting Saturday, Kyle. Excuse me, you're getting Friday.
Strofe, I mean, stay tuned. We may not have this conversation because just because you got to save the date doesn't mean you're getting an invitation.
It sounds like you want to hang out with JB more than
the groom.
Who wants to? You don't. You're going to be. Everybody wants your attention.
But what if I was going to this thinking I wanted to be around Kyle?
Oh man, then let's do it. I'm telling you, Kyle on the weekend Kyle is a different Kyle.
Except if the Packers play and disappoint you.
I am still a different Kyle, just an more angry Kyle, more disappointed Kyle.
Where are you at in the stages of grief or your attitude towards the green and gold?
I'm about had it up to here with the Green Bay Packers.
Where's here?
All the way up to the top of my hairline. I'm absolutely upset with the Green Bay Packers.
And you balding, so that's high up.
Now you a lie.
I'm a lie.
I got a beautiful head of hair.
I'm a lie.
And so for me, what frustrated me this weekend, it should have made everybody mad. Because remember we had a conversation talking about the Cincinnati Bengals. We said, how can the Bengals pay everybody? Like, they have Jamar Chase, the best receiver in the NFL. They can't pay T. Higgins. There's no way they can keep T. Will the Packers go and get T. Higgins? Well, then over the weekend, news breaks. What was the news that broke, fellas? It was the fact that they were going to re-sign Jamar Chase to make him the richest receiver of all time in the NFL. And also, they were going to bring back T. Higgins. And then we saw a report that Trey Hendrickson may also be coming back.
You really struggle. You always call him Hendrickson. Hendrickson.
That's what I said.
Yeah, you just go so fast.
I'm sorry. Well, the whole point is this. I need the Green Bay Packers to do something for me. I need the Green Bay Packers in the goodie. I need them to stop lying to us. I need them to stop lying about the Green Bay Packers are finally going to be committed to competing for championships. Because based off what I see the Bengals are doing, a 9-8 football team that did not make the playoffs, they're trying to keep all the top talent because they want to keep having shots at it. I know you're not calling me a crybaby. You're calling me a crybaby because I have to watch a team that did not make the playoffs but are still shooting for the moon by paying big-time money, $68 million combined for 2 wide receivers. Meanwhile, the Green Bay Packers win.
What do you say to those who say their defense stinks and they didn't help any of that?
They're going to try to keep Trey Hendrickson. They're still going to try to keep Trey Hendrickson and keep him with the Cincinnati Bengals. They're still going to try to keep people around to make sure that this team has an actual opportunity. They're probably going to invest in the defense through the draft. But when I look at the Green Bay Packers, I'm just getting a little fed up with when they have an opportunity to swing for the fences, they have not. Not saying they could have for sure got T. Higgins, but knowing that T. Higgins is staying in Cincinnati, that's a football team that says, you know what? We have a window of opportunity here. We have a quarterback in Joe Burrow, who's one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. We have a receiver in Jamar Chase that is the best receiver in the NFL. We have a receiver in T. Higgins, who is the best number 2 wide receiver in the NFL as well. We're going to do everything we can to keep this core together because we believe that we have something special. I look at the Green Bay Packers. We don't have a wide receiver 1, and we're not even trying to look for a wide receiver 1. We don't have a pass rusher that can wreak havoc, and we're not even trying to look for a pass rusher to wreak havoc. Our number 1 cornerback that we have in Jair Alexander, he's disgruntled, and we're looking to separate from him. When I look up and down this football team in the Green Bay Packers, they have very few guys that are game changers on the offensive side of football and the defensive side of football. So it just upsets me when I see a team like the Cincinnati Bengals that are doing everything to keep their talent to try to compete for championships. Meanwhile, my Green Bay Packers are sitting here thinking that they stuff don't stink.
800-990-3776. Brad Lee, KBN Nation, I see your responses, and I'm more with Kyle, but it's more nuanced than that.
Yeah, I'm mostly with Kyle. What other teams seem like they're doing with the Bengals in this situation, looks like they're trying to stack stars, right? Which I think is what you need in order to make a championship run, right? So the Bengals, it just happens to be Burrow and T. Higgins and Jamar Chase and trying to make it work with Trey Hendrickson. You talk about the Philadelphia Eagles, they're stars all over the place. They just won the Super Bowl. So teams that are actively trying to win a championship, looks like they're identifying their stars or they're going out and getting stars. They're trying to stack them up at multiple levels of the ball. Now, at least for the Bengals, I give them credit for being like, this is who we are. These are our strengths, and we're going all in on them. We're not going to let a player walk out the door who is a superstar at their positions. They might be flawed a little bit in their thinking, but at least it feels like if I'm a Cincinnati Bengals fan, at least the messaging to me is we are going for it. We are not going to let somebody walk out the door who is great at their position. The Green Bay Packers, they do that to an extent. They do that with, quarterback and maybe a little bit of O-line, but they look for value. Gosh. It's value, and they're trying to just be steady and prudent and long-term thinking, which I think helps you win, but it doesn't send the messaging that the Bengals are sending, where it's like, we are all in and we want to win right now.
Well, let's hear from Scott Middleton as the Packers are still in need of a game wrecker on the defensive line and a reliable number 1 wide receiver, unless you believe the wide receiver group is going to pop. Let's go to Scott on the Cardinals Talking text line. Scott?
Hey, guys. The Packers operate in a much more conservative fashion than the rest of the league for one very simple reason. There is no crazy billionaire owner, right? So there's not someone that's going to go to the owners' meetings and then see the Eagles owner and say, "Oh, well, he just won the Super Bowl. All right, we're going to go, double down now." They don't have that person, right? So they operate in a much more conservative fashion. They would rather be competitive every season and not try to push all their chips to the table.
Yep, Scott, totally agree. But aren't you getting a little sick of it after 15 plus years of a Super Bowl appearance?
I am, but it's not going to change.
What are we doing? What do we do? Wait. Is the NFL about winning the Lombardi Trophy, or is the NFL about winning football games just to make the playoffs? What is this about?
It's interesting too because Scott's
Thank
right.
you for the call, Scott.
There is no owner. I can't decide if that's a negative or a positive because yes, you're not going to have any erratic behavior that makes you make bad financial decisions, but you also don't have a guy that turns up the heat. It feels like everyone's just comfortable. Everyone's just comfortable, whether it be the president or Goody the GM, and maybe there's a little bit more pressure on like quarterback head coach because they're more in the limelight, but everyone seems comfortable. There's no owner that's putting the screws to them and saying, we got to change, we got to do this or else. It's all status quo.
Well, it's because there's a message from the top. Until that message from the top changes, Goody's not going to have to change any of his ways.
Well, hopefully Ed Policy has more of a message like we saw with the Milwaukee Bucks. Wouldn't you rather be the Milwaukee Bucks right now? And we talk crazy crap about how old. Well, you can say all you want. We talk crap about the Milwaukee Bucks and how old they are, but at least the Milwaukee Bucks are keep swinging. The Milwaukee Bucks, they had Chris Middleton and they had Giannis. They need to get something else, and they went and they got Drew Holiday and they won the championship. Then they ran into a wall where they felt like they didn't have a real legitimate number two that they can depend on, and they traded Drew, even though he's beloved here in Milwaukee, and they got themselves a Damian Lillard because they wanted to keep taking shots at it. I would rather have a team that's trying to take shots at it, who's capitalizing on when they actually have a franchise player, versus a team like the Green Bay Packers that we don't really know what they're doing. Like, well, we
do.
They want to be consistent, right? But they're not going for it all, right? To get Devontae Adams, signing Devontae Adams isn't going for it all. It just shows that you actually want to compete at a higher level. Running it back with receivers that literally, you have a combined salary going into last year less than $10 million compared to a team like the Bengals that got $68 million at one position with two players. It just shows you where the mentality is. They are, like you said, Brad, they are going all for it. They're letting their stars stay, where the Packers barely have any stars that they can get to keep to stay.
800-990-3776. Our guy Sean in Beaver Dam on the Carbless Talking text line. Sean?
Hey, guys. Kyle, great point about the Bucks, and Kyle's the owner of the Packers. And
I was thinking the same thing, Sean. I was like, go raise hell if the owner's meeting.
Yeah, I tried last year.
No, you didn't. You looked at Lambeau Field like, I'm so happy to be here.
Wow, how lucky am I?
Yeah. What I would like to say, though, is the Bengals, they can run it back with what they've had, but that hasn't been doing it for them. They're not even making the playoffs. Their defense ranks in the lower echelon of the NFL, and I really believe if you're going to make a run at the Super Bowl, you have to have a defense. I mean, we can go back to our Reggie White, and we can go back to, a bunch of signings that we had on the defensive side of the ball that helped us win the Super Bowl. So you can have all that offensive power, but if you can't stop anybody, that's not going to help you. So I disagree. I mean, I know that those two receivers are the bomb.
Look, no doubt, Sean. You're not saying anything that is wrong about the defense, but the same point could be made. Just because the Bengals are doing a team building way different than the Packers are doing a team building way, it would be great if, I think from Kyle's perspective, if the investments that were there for the Packers at wide receiver and defensive end were made in this offseason, even if they weren't, Jamar Chase or T. Higgins, it would just be showing they're looking to continue to compete at a higher level.
Excuse me, the Bengals are 3 years removed from playing in a Super Bowl. Let's not act like this team is just garbage and trash. And Joe Burrow, not this past season, but I believe the year before that, he had injury issues. And so my thing is this: let's not act like the Bengals haven't found a formula for success. They just had a beat-up year where that defense was bad. But if they can correct some issues on the defensive side of football, they will leap over the Green Bay Packers. So we got to stop acting like the Packers got this perfect formula, because they do not. Because the Bengals have been in the Super Bowl more recently than the Green Bay Packers have.
Agreed, and obviously that is a factual point, right? They have been in a Super Bowl more recently. But tell me what T. Higgins, Jamar Chase, and Joe Burrow all had in common when the Bengals made the Super Bowl. They were on rookie contracts.
They were inexpensive, but the thing is, they're right now going into their best years. That's why they signed them, because Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, and Joe Burrow are all going into their prime years. You want to have those guys in their prime years, because just like we're trying to figure out if we can catch lightning in a bottle with some of these young receivers, they already got lightning in a bottle. They understand that they're going to be able to score with any and every team in the NFL. They got a young emerging running back in Chase Brown as well.
Brian on the Carlos text side calls you an idiot because he said you guys are idiots, and I just said I don't want to build the team like the Bengals, so I don't want to be a part of that you guys.
Made a fascinating point before we threw it to the caller. He said These guys are trying to figure out how they can keep all their superstars and pay them. The Packers, you look around their roster and you're wondering if there's any superstars to even pay. It goes back to Goody and drafting and building a team where he's drafting a guy that are all Bs, but you don't want to pay them top dollar at their position. You're not working the cap to figure out, gosh, how do we keep Jaden Reed? How do we keep Jaden Reed, Romeo Doubs, and Dontavian Wicks? That's what the Bengals are going through right now. So outside of Love and maybe a few guys that are coming up like Tom and Tucker Kraft and stuff, there's just not many guys on the roster where you're looking at it and saying, geez, we got to figure out how to keep this guy. We can't let him walk out the door.
I think this is all good heading into Jason Wilde, but before we get to Jason, I want to tell you why you need to go to weedman.com. That is weedman.com, because you want to have that yard that all your neighbors walk by and go, ooh, that is lush, green, and weed-free, and that's what Weedman can do for you. They use golf course quality fertilizer. It's a new week. Let's try this out, Strophy. It is kid and pet friendly. Kid and pet friendly, folks. It's all part of Weedman's winning game plan. So, get a free quote by going to weedman.com. Get 50% off your first treatment. That's half off at weedman.com. Weedman for the win. Jason Wilde, after Kyle's getting up to here with the Green Bay Packers, which is above his head.
The high heavens.
Next.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
Dick Van Dyke, real quick on the Cha-Cha Slide ACL, says she was carried out by all 5 of us. 5 people?
That's a big girl. Big girl, yeah. That's a big girl who did Cha-Cha.
Stop it, Kyle.
What you mean? 5 of them had to carry. That's a big girl. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Starting off with a little bit of a backup on northbound 43 from North Avenue up towards Keefe. Also on southbound 4394 starting to slow down at the base of the high-rise bridge all the way down to the KK River crossing. Southbound 41 heavy from Silver Spring down past Hampton. Traffic is brought to you by Granite Peak in Wausau. Visit skigranitepeak.com for lift tickets and lodging packages. Granite Peak, where winter lasts longer. And checking the TMJ4 Storm King forecast tonight. Mostly clear skies, breezy with a low of 38. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy, a high of 40 to the north, 50 in Milwaukee, and 60 to the south. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
What happens when you mix a 3-time Wisconsin Sports Writer of the Year with a Packers Hall of Famer?
I always loved the line, I'm not here to prove them wrong. I'm here to prove us right.
But that's from a non-petty person. A petty person would never say that.
Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
Is that why Tom Petty was playing when you came back on?
Yeah, that's Petty. Matchbox 20.
Kurt Petty.
Catch him from 9 to noon right here on 94.5 ESPN, the Wisconsin On Demand app, and at ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
Fingers come in different sizes.
It's one of the first things you learn as a jeweler.
And a ring can only be sized up or down a little bit.
Which means it's a really good thing to know your ring size.
And it's an even better thing to know their ring size.
This is why we're announcing
the Ring Size Registry at Kessler's.
We're doing it as a public service. It's completely free.
Free. Isn't that a great price?
Here's how it works.
Just drop into any Kessler's Diamonds location and tell one of the owners that you'd like to know your ring size.
Kessler's is an employee-owned company, so whoever greets you at the door is an owner.
They'll determine your ring sizes and add them to our Ring Size Registry.
Then, when someone wants to know your ring size...
Because, you know, maybe they want to surprise you.
All they have to do is call or stop into Kessler's.
Surprises can be fun, don't you think?
We're happy to do this for you, even if you don't buy a ring from us.
But after you take a look around, we think you probably will. Visit KesslersDiamonds.com for a location near you and register your ring sizes today.
Hey, it's ESPN Milwaukee's Brad Nortman here with some great news from my friends at Bank 5-9. For a limited time, you can earn as much as 4.8% on one of their CD specials. With 9, 17, and 25-month options, you're sure to find a CD that fits your needs while you earn a great return. It's simply another way Bank 5-9 is making lives better in our communities. Hurry! These high rates won't last long. Check out bank59.com/CD for more details. Member FDIC.
Are you ready to shake things up at Potawatomi Casino Hotel, Milwaukee? All you gotta do is toss your rewards card into your favorite slots for drawing entries and a chance to be in the Roll for Riches game show. What's on the table? Oh, just $300K in cash and prizes. Play this March, and Thursday nights, you could get on a winning streak that, frankly, you deserve. Let it ride and roll for riches. Only at Potawatomi. More info online. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
Dr. Aaron Holtebeck and his team at Holtebeck Eye Center make vision care a top priority. They are your premium provider for eye care and corrective eye surgeries. Dr. Holtebeck has been helping local patients with their eye care needs for over 20 years. Dr. Nausheen Abbas joined the Holtebeck Eye Center team last September, and her practice philosophy is to provide patient-centered medicine by giving all options. Located in Brookfield near the corner of Calhoun and Capitol. Learn more about their services at holtebeck.com.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
I'm not leaving. I'm not leaving. The Wolf of Wall Street was on the other day when I was flipping through channel. Great family film.
Three-time Wisconsin Sports Writer of the Year.
I'm a naturally inquisitive person.
Holding everybody accountable.
If you feel better about that, I'm happy to do so.
Jason Wilde is on Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
Joining us is Jason Wilde of Wilde and Tausch, 9 to noon across these various stations. It's Kyle, Brust, and Nortman. Strophe running the show. What's going on, Jason?
Well, I'm wondering if Strophe works pretty hard, right? We can all agree.
Well, he did a really good job of getting some audio from you that I needed for the show today.
I'm not super excited about that. I was just thinking maybe it's time to refresh the Open for me.
Ooh. He set you up with that one. You thought it would be all compliment.
And I'm staring at it. It has been about 4 months, so that's fair.
Just a thought.
And you know what? He does give good nuggets every single time. You could change it out per appearance, if you ask me.
No, I don't need to create that much work for him.
I do.
So what audio were you getting?
So what I was going to do here, Jason, is, on the Homer Hour where, like, Homer lies, going to break, he's like, I'm best segment, I don't got to do anything. And then, of course, he interrupts, which is what Homer does, which is great, with good points. But he hands it to Brian Balaga or John Anderson to talk with you.
I hate that.
But Kyle just spent a lot of time being frustrated, and it's not necessarily how they're building the team, but the commitment that the team is making towards their superstars. It has Kyle sort of up in arms about the Packer way right now, and I feel like it'd be a good time for me to not ask this first question and hand it over to Kyle based off some frustration.
Yeah, Jason, I'm just a little frustrated with the fact that when I look at the Green Bay Packers, I don't see the same sense of urgency of wanting to compete for championships. Like Goody said, he said it's time that we start competing for championships. And I see the Cincinnati Bengals, though, granted it was their guys, but seeing the Cincinnati Bengals make the huge investment in T. Higgins, make the huge investment in Jamar Chase, hearing rumblings that they may actually keep Trey Hendrickson here as well, it just is frustrating me for the Green Bay Packers because I see a team that's 9-8.
You mean here, you mean there.
Well, I see a team in the Cincinnati Bengals that's 9-8, didn't make the playoffs, but understand that their window is wide open, so they're doing everything they can to put themselves in a position to try to be successful, where I feel like the Green Bay Packers are still taking this, as someone said, conservative route towards trying to compete for championships. I just want the Green Bay Packers to be all in, Jason. It's frustrating to see the Bengals go all in. Meanwhile, my Green Bay Packers are sitting here saying, well, we got to sign these guys coming up. We're not going to try to go all in on the defense, or we got the guys. That's what my frustration is, Jason. We know we don't have the guys, but they're acting like we do.
Well, I would say this about what the Bengals are doing with T. Higgins and Jamar Chase. They're certainly doing that to keep their quarterback happy, right? And if they're able to pull off the Trey Hendrickson piece, that will be great for them because now they'd have, their star defensive player, their two stud receivers, and their quarterback all happy and healthy, and everyone will be thrilled. What that does when you allocate that much money to that small group of players is it ratchets up the pressure on you to really be good in the draft. Your margin for error gets a heck of a lot smaller. And in Goody's case, he did pay the quarterback, and I don't think he had a choice. I think that was, the cost of doing business. He doesn't have a Jamar Chase or a T. Higgins, although he could have had T. Higgins.
Sure,
he drafted Jordan Love instead. And I'm not saying that they win the Super Bowl the year that they lose to Tom Brady in the playoffs in the NFC Championship game, but we have to at least allow for the possibility that maybe their offense would have been more productive if they had a T. Higgins, who I think had like a 900-yard season his rookie year in Cincinnati. But Dontavion Wicks and Jaden Reed have not become those guys, or Christian Watson. I'm sure when you draft Christian Watson, you think he's going to be your Jamar Chase, and at a bargain because he played, Division 1A or 1AA football. And with his injuries and other issues, he's shown flashes of how good he's been, but not consistency. And now he's coming off an ACL, and he won't be ready till November. Romeo Dobbs has shown flashes. I think in his heart of hearts, Goody would have loved to have had two of these 6 wide receivers he drafted in the 22 and 23 drafts be so good that he has to pay them. But I was going back in my archives because I was trying to figure out, after the 2020 and 2021 draft classes now each have one player left from them in Isaiah McDuffie and Jordan Love. Goody had made a comment about how many draft picks get second contracts, and he said the statistic was 1.6 out of every draft, which, by the way, the 2020 and 2021 draft classes failed, right? They only have one. So his philosophy is that he will spend for a field-tilting player. But even then, the structure, you look at the structure of Jacobs' deal and of McKinney's deal, and they can still get out of those after 2 years. The same thing with Aaron Banks and Nate Hobbs. But his philosophy is, I'm not going to overspend on guys who don't deserve it, because I need to have flexibility. But if that's not going all in for you, I mean, in fairness, the Bengals didn't go out and add anyone other than, I think, TJ Slayton from the outside. Like, they drafted 2 players that were both worthy of these big extensions. They signed Trey Hendrickson as a free agent from New Orleans when he hadn't done anything. And then, obviously, he became a great player during his time in Cincinnati. I just think that Goody doesn't have anyone that deserves these contracts. And if he did, I do think he would pay them. But right now, no one has proven to be deserving of that. And let's also look at who he has paid. He paid Jair Alexander. He paid Rashawn Gary. He paid David Bakhtiari.
Kenny Clark twice.
Right, and I would say Kenny Clark, second contract, he was fine, good, very good on, and the first year of his latest, he's probably feeling like, maybe I shouldn't have done that. I think you're probably being a little prisoner of the moment. I understand your frustration, and I think, and I don't want to speak for you, but I think it traces back to this wide receiver thing and the fact that with Watson coming off an injury and being out till November, with not knowing what the heck Dobbs is, and with Reed and Wicks not having made a big jump, I think you feel like if they had gone out and traded for Metcalf or signed Devontae or even signed Cooper Kupp, who's a name who's been a Super Bowl MVP, who's won a triple receiving crown, you wouldn't be feeling this way. And all it would have taken was one guy. Is that fair or not?
A Devontae Adams would have definitely been the guy. Cooper Kupp would have been, okay, at least they're trying to do something. But I guess you're right. My frustration is we're in year 3 for Christian Watson, and we're still not talking about him being a number 1 wide receiver. We're still hoping and searching for who that guy is, and that to me is a failure amongst Goody. If you draft a guy that high in the second round, your expectation is that he's going to develop like a Jordy Nelson. He's going to develop like a Devontae Adams. And just right now, we have not seen that from Christian Watson.
No, you haven't. That's a fair critique, but again, when you draft these guys, you're hoping, right? You think you evaluated them correctly, but you're hoping that you're right. And the example I always use is that Ted Thompson and that scouting department, which, by the way, included Goody, evaluated that Vince Beagle was not significantly different in their grading from T.J. Watt. So they were comfortable trading back, settling for Kevin King as T.J. Watt came off the board because they didn't think that he was good enough to spend that first-round pick on. And then they got Vince Beagle in the fourth, and they thought, hey, we got a guy that we think is just as good as the guy we missed out on, and we got a corner that we think is going to be a really good player. And it turned out they were wrong on both. And T.J. Watt has gone on to be a potential Hall of Famer. So my point is that if you screw up the evaluation and you're wrong about guys like they were for most of the 2020 and 2021 drafts, then you're fixing those misses, and you never want to be chasing that and throwing good money after bad. And right now, they're a decent playoff team, but they need more guys that are special. And they paid some guys that they thought were going to be special, and they haven't been special enough. And that includes Jordan Love. And I am still very much a believer that he can still become a top-flight quarterback. But we crowned him prematurely, if we're being honest, and we probably did that. Not probably, definitely did that. With this wide receiver, you don't need a number one. You can have it by committee. You can have an ensemble cast, and that, as of now, has turned out to be wrong as well.
Jason Wilde joining us here on Kyle, Brust, and Nortman. Hey, Kyle, next time, you have Jason for 30 minutes on Sunday Karma. You can do this with him as well.
Not this week, he didn't. So I was at a gymnastics meet.
All right, fair enough. You are like one of the regulars, actually, as we've discussed on that program, as Jason Wilde joins us here
all his time
on Kyle, Brust, and Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin.
Also true.
Jason, you're talking about having special players, and one area where there is a void at that is wide receiver, as you've been explaining and has been talked about on these airwaves. So on Friday, I made the declarative statement that I believe and I foresee Goody using that first-round draft pick on a wide receiver. It just makes too much sense, right? Dobbs and Watson entering the final year of their deal, likely not to come back. You still avoid that guy. It's one of the few gaping holes that you have, and you got four capable, to my very surface level diagnosis of this class, that are worthy of a first round draft pick. So are you with me, Jason? This is the year that Goody uses that first round draft pick on a wide receiver.
No. Are you kidding me?
Oh, come on.
I tried.
Jason, live a little.
Strofe, Kyle, and I tried this, Jason, but Brad's tough. He's
I'm stuck on it, but Jason, I want to hear your opinion.
Well, it'd be great. Hey, look, if there's a guy I agree and I am not a draft Nick, but from what I have read from Mel Kiper and Pro Football Focus and a couple of other places, Dane Brugler, who I think is really, really good for the Athletic, it looks like 4 wide receivers in the first round, and maybe only 3. And if they see one that is of value at 23, Goody was actually asked about this at the Combine. And he basically said, look, it's not a policy. It's not like we just said we're not doing this. But when they have picked, there just hasn't been a guy that they deemed worthy of that pick, right? And again,
real quick, Jason, I find that interesting that he says it's not a policy, but then he referenced when drafting defensive players, they've done the same sort of system the last 30 years.
Well, right, in terms of how they grade them, but he doesn't say, we're going to draft defensive guys in the first round all the time. I think it's just, he has
happens a lot more. Is it? No
doubt about it. Right, but what I'm saying is that I think he believes that first round pick has to be of value, and I think he views the wide receiver position as if he was at the top of a draft and it was Maserati Marv, as Tausch likes to call Marvin Harrison Jr. Do I think he would have picked him had he somehow fallen to them in the teens or something? Yeah, I think he would have. I don't think he's philosophically opposed to that. He's also not philosophically committed to always drafting defensive players. That's just sort of how it's played out. But I do think that when you look at this draft, it's going to be really hard because there's a lot fewer really good wide receivers in this class. So this is not the one that's overflowing like some of the other draft classes were with great wide receivers. So, maybe somebody falls and they're at 23 and they're like, we're doing it, and Javon Walker will finally be a footnote as opposed to someone who gets brought up every single year around draft time.
2002. We want to let it go. Jason, we appreciate the time.
Think about how long ago that was. Tausch was a third-year NFL player.
As we've been talking about with the 6-year deal with Gina Della with no interest, I mean, Strouf's going to have a kid in 6 years, and it's over 3 kids.
I was 3 during the 2002 NFL draft.
Yeah, I was in 7th grade. How about that?
Where were you?
I covered it. I was there. Yep. Sure.
Thanks, Jason.
All right, guys. Take care. Be good.
Bye, old man.
Whoa.
You guys are going to leave that segment?
Yeah, he didn't hang out. Thank you for sticking around.
He's lashing out at everybody today. He's mad because he's not getting invited to Brust's wedding, so he's just mad at everybody.
He hung up.
Yeah, well, we were speaking for him. I think he was okay with that.
Yeah. That's all it is, Strouf.
The hood on today, the Stone Cold look.
It's Rebel Strouf.
Yeah.
Right? It's kind of like that kid in the back of class, puts the hood up, and I'm not going to be agreeable today.
It's exactly what it is.
How have I not been agreeable? I've done nothing wrong.
Are you still mad that I made fun of your corned beef or what you thought was
I'm a little bit irritated about
Kyle
that.
versus Strouf next.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN.
Women ask you, do you love me? Why do you love me?
Wait, why am I always the one doing that? Tell me why you love me, baby. I need you to make me feel better.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
We are backing up a bit northbound on 43, right around the North Avenue curve, all the way up towards Keefe. We got a disabled vehicle off on the right shoulder, so that's going to be affecting your ride. We've also got a crash on westbound 94, right about at 25th Street with the right lane blocked. So that's going to be tying things up a bit as you're coming through the Marquette. Giving yourself a little bit of extra time would be a good idea there. Southbound 41, you're slowing down from just south of Silver Spring down past Capitol Drive. When business brings you to Milwaukee, make the Knickerbocker on the Lake your home base. Enjoy modern meeting rooms, lakefront views, and refined dining. Visit knickerbockerontheLake.com to book today. And checking the TMJ4 Storm King forecast tonight. Mostly clear, breezy, a low of 38. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy, a high of 40s to the north, in the 50s in Milwaukee, and 60s to the south. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lozica on 94.5 ESPN.
Home practice is about to begin. Your daughter's new tap shoes? Loud. Your son's new tuba? Louder. But you got this. Just like Associated Bank's got you with $50 overdraft Greystone. So if you lose track of expenses buying some noise-canceling and sanity-saving headphones, we've got your back. You got this with $50 overdraft Greystone from Associated Bank. See AssociatedBank.com/checking or ask a banker for details. Member FDIC.
New treatments for joint pain are here. By now you've heard about regenerative medicine. If you're wondering if you're a good candidate, answer these questions. First, does chronic pain in your knees, hips, shoulders, or other joints keep you from doing the things you enjoy? Golfing, jogging, time with the family. Does it hurt doing the things you need to do? Like getting out of bed, sleeping, working, and walking. And finally, do you want to avoid surgery and all of the pain, long recovery, and uncertainty that comes with it? If you answered yes to any of those, you need to call QC Kinetics now. Learn about exciting advancements in regenerative treatments that can give you long-lasting pain relief with no drugs, no surgery, and no downtime. Get your free consultation today. Call QC Kinetics. That's QC Kinetics. Here's the phone number.
Call now, 414-285-3474. That's 414-285-3474. QC Kinetics, 414-285-3474.
It's time for the Milwaukee Basketball Report on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by National Liquor Mart, located at 16th and National in Milwaukee. National Liquor Mart is packed with deals for all your beverage needs, where your satisfaction is their plan of action. Open 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. daily.
A pair of big games for the Bucks at Fiserv Forum over the weekend. First on Saturday night, taking on the Indiana Pacers, and it was none other than Giannis leading the way.
Another double-double, and Giannis rumbling through the teeth of the defense. He stuffs it down with a one-hand jam, and the Bucks have stretched out to an 8-point lead.
34 points, 10 boards, and 7 assists for the Greek Freak in a 126-119 win on Saturday over the Pacers. But on Sunday, it was the Western Conference leading Oklahoma City Thunder taking it to the Bucks 121-105. And now it's a 5-game road trip out west for the Bucks, starting in Golden State against the Warriors on Tuesday night.
This has been the Milwaukee Basketball Report on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by National Liquor Mart.
Hey, this is Jen Latta from Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. One of the best decisions I've made was getting an infrared sauna from Good Health Saunas. Based right in Appleton and Waukesha, they're locally owned for 2 decades. Good Health Saunas are easy to install, cost as little as 25 cents a day, and even include a true lifetime warranty. Learn about Good Health Saunas options at goodhealthsaunas.com/Jen. And you can get $500 to $800 off your purchase. Or see them for yourself March 21st through 30th at the Realtors Home and Garden Show at State Fair Park. Remember, that's goodhealthsaunas.com/Jen.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Hit the cool to me in an off-air conversation that you just kind of heard on the air. Ben Brust, Kyle Wallace, Brad Nortman. 13 years ago today, the Wisconsin Badgers in altitude. And I know it's a big buzzword right now, as the Badgers are in Denver. Beat Vanderbilt in the round of 32. Let's go to the Sweet 16.
Exciting times.
It was. I mean,
0 points in the first half for Ben Brust, 13 in the second half.
Oh,
let's go.
Big second half.
13 years ago? Is that what it was?
Wow.
You're getting old, brother.
That's a long time.
Holy cow, yeah. Wow. Wow. Maybe I need to say these things now because it feels so far away. I make myself feel better. Yeah. But what it makes me feel...
does it every morning.
Yeah, Holmgren... Ron Wolf paid superstars.
Don Beebe was an amazing receiver they signed up for agency. Don Beebe was
Strofe and I had the pleasure of hosting with Chewy last week, so we know all the Ron Wolf references on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy 94.5 ESPN 7 to 9.
Oh, man, that's crazy.
That being said, what's happening in the current time is the continuation of Alex Strofe versus... Kyle Wallace.
You know, I love Alex Strofe. I love Alex Strofe. But here's the thing, Alex. I'm telling you this right now. I'm a ghost follower on social media.
I love Green Bay.
For those who don't know what a ghost follower is, that's somebody who just, watches stories or looks at pictures but doesn't like it, doesn't comment, just judges in their own head. And Alex Strofe has given me so much content to judge because he continuously post these food pics. And usually if somebody's going to post their food and their dinner, usually you expect it looks scrumptious.
Presentable.
Yeah, for real. Like I know for
restaurant quality.
Yeah, I don't post food because I know my stuff isn't quality to be posted to be bragging about.
Go to YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee and at ESPN Madison.
And so I'm on social media yesterday, and I'm scrolling, going through stories, looking at people's stories. I said, oh, here goes Alex Strofe. Let's see what Alex Strofe has. Alex Strofe shared this disgusting-looking plate of food of corned beef, or whatever you want to call it, on his story.
Whatever you want to call
it. I told baby girl, I said, ugh, look at this nasty thing. I said, I don't know why.
So now you're not ghost judging, you're ghost judging with others.
I say, baby, I like somebody needs to tell him not to post this plate. Now, this is only 2 weeks after, for some reason, unsolicited, he sends, was it salmon?
It wasn't unsolicited. It was salmon because we had a conversation about salmon on the show that day.
But nobody said
it's pretty unsolicited.
That's solicited.
No, nobody said, hey, Strofe, if you
send us your salmon tonight.
I had salmon multiple times since then. You didn't see me send a picture of the salmon that I made because I understand that it probably only looks delicious to me. But to you, it probably would have looked questionable, just like that corned beef that you had that you shared on social media to all your social media followers. Now everybody's judging you for having that dry, ugly-looking corned beef. You can't.
You're missing a big element to all this.
What is that?
Every meal he makes. Oh, it was so good.
Oh my God.
Oh, this meal was so good.
He's undefeated according to him.
Oh, this macaroni and cheese out of the box, I crushed it.
First off.
And then wait a minute.
I don't make mac and cheese out of the box.
Oh, of course. You're too big time.
Remember the one time? Didn't I tell you guys I made like a $55 mac and cheese once?
Yes.
And it was no better than the mac and cheese out of the box.
Yeah, you
so that
did say that.
I will admit, was not very good. I have my misses.
You have a lot of
corned beef
misses.
and cabbage. Today is St. Patrick's Day. I wasn't going to have time to make it, so I made it yesterday when I had a little bit more time.
Attempted to make it.
Not attempted to make it.
I attempted.
I have leftovers in the fridge. Would you eat it?
Hell no.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what
I
happens
enjoy not using my sick days on food, like food poisoning.
if you
it
were
was
over
phenomenal.
If you were over at Strofe's house and said, hey, we're going to have a St. Patrick's Day celebration, I'm going to make dinner, and then he puts that in front of you, what's your response?
I'm not going to Stroh's house for food.
No. But like in this scenario,
Suspend reality for a moment.
you are there.
So you've had a great
You're at
time.
a guest house.
It's time for dinner.
They lay this plate of Alex Strofe made food out.
I would say it's hard to mess up cabbage, so I would eat the cabbage. I would not touch the meat. I would say that meat looks I would poke at it a little bit. That meat looks entirely true. Nah, I got a little stomach ache. I'm not feeling it right now.
He would
I don't
poke
like
at it.
No, Stroh's food, it looks nasty. The salmon you had, it didn't look pink at all. It just looked nasty. It didn't look good. Stroh, you can't cook. I don't know why you acting like you can't cook. And your poor girlfriend, she just be sitting there just putting
chewing
the food
chewing for 1 minute.
Sympathy bites.
I'm done with
Does
this.
she clean her plate?
Yes, she did. So did I. It was delicious.
Yeah, she cleaned off all the scraps
I
off
want to
it.
pull in our resident chef. Executive producer Ashton Rotman is here.
Oh,
He is a real chef that knows how to present food with pictures.
Right. So, I look, corned beef and cabbage, admittedly, and I put it back on the YouTube stream at ESPN, ESPN Madison.
Get it out of here.
It is a tough thing to present well.
No,
but
it's
I will
not.
tell
No,
you,
it's not. It's not.
how
It's
many
really not.
how many times have you made corned beef and cabbage?
Listen, I
How
know.
many- no, answer
My
the
grandma
question.
made it, and my mama. Actually, matter of fact, my mama might be at home making it because typically, even though we black, she for some reason loves to celebrate St. Patrick's
Black
Day.
Irish.
Make it. I guess I don't know. But usually she has corned beef. So if I go home, I bet you she may have some corned beef sitting there for me, ready to eat. And they look a lot better than this. Look at that. Look at that fatty, nasty,
it does
fatty
look
piece.
unappealing.
I didn't cut off the fat until I ate it.
Why not? Why didn't you cut off the
Because it's
fat?
a big ass slab, so it was kind of.
The potatoes look like you literally just all you did was cook them for a little bit and put them on a plate unseasoned.
That was in a crock pot for 7 hours.
Disgusting. What I bet you don't put. What type of seasoning you put in there? Salt, pepper.
I mean, yeah, peppercorns. I put bay leaves in there.
Let's bring in Ashton Rotman, the real chef.
Yeah, Ashy,
beer.
What do you got?
I did think when I saw the picture posted last night, I did think that it was from a restaurant.
What type of restaurant?
A bad one.
Thank you.
Ashton.
Thank you. A hole in the wall. A hole in the wall that was just celebrating St. Patrick's Day, just like the hole in the wall at Stroh's place that was celebrating St. Patrick's Day. Stroh, remember when you went to the Super Bowl party, you had leftover food?
Yeah.
If the food was good, it would have been gone. People eat the good stuff. They leave
And they
the stuff
take it to
don't.
go because it's so damn good.
Yeah.
How about this? In exchange for you not running the 1.5 mile dash.
No, he is running the 1.5 mile.
Doesn't Strofe bring in the leftovers and Kyle can eat it? That will get you out of the run.
You got to clean the plate.
I would rather my quads, my hamstrings, my groin, my calves and my feet be burning in pain and eat that nasty stuff and do that to my stomach.
Wow.
Oh, hell no.
Groin.
I would rather my groin be messed up than eat that food. I don't want to poison myself.
Strofe's hamstrings and quads might fall off running to this. Kyle, you'll be all right because you've done this before. Go run into your Screamin' Sicilian right now at Pick and Save and Metro Market. The Screamin' Sicilian original or thin crust is buy one, get one. An incredible BOGO on your Screamin' Sicilian favorites. And all you got to do is go to your local Pick and Save and Metro Market stores to get this unbelievable deal now through tomorrow. So get to Pick and Save and Metro Market. Taste what all that screaming is about. We got some great stuff coming up on Wednesday for Palermo's. A good opportunity for all of our fans who always call in a Frozen Pizza Friday to get that pizza prize pack. We might have something more on the table for you, so stay tuned. Man, I like Kyle versus Strofe. Could do that all day. But we got to get to something else next.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN.
Kayla Williams sucks.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com. What happens when you mix a 3-time Wisconsin Sports Writer of the Year with a Packers Hall of Famer?
I always loved the line, I'm not here to prove them wrong. I'm here to prove us right.
But that's from a
sure.
non-petty person. A petty person would never say that.
Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
Is that why Tom Petty was playing when you came back on?
Yeah, that's Matchbox 20.
Kurt Petty.
Catch him from 9 to noon right here on 94.5 ESPN, the Wisconsin On Demand app, and at ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
You love her twice as much today as the day you married her, right?
Welcome to Kessler's.
Let's talk about home turf. Your lawn is a reflection of your pride, hard work, and even competitive spirit. If you want a yard that makes the neighbors stop and stare, you need the right plan. That's where Weedman Lawn Care comes in. Weedman's lawn care program is kid and pet friendly, uses golf course quality fertilizer, and has an effective weed treatment to dominate any issue. Get a free quote of Weedman's winning formula for your yard at weedman.com and get 50% off your first treatment. That's weedman.com. Weedman for the win.
At Citizens Bank, community banking is you, growing your business with a partner who gets it. It's you, buying your first home with a lender who makes it easy. It's you, building a future with savings that work just as hard as you. And it's us, working together to strengthen our community. Because at Citizens Bank, community banking means you plus us. Visit us at citizensbankwi.bank. Citizens Bank is member FDIC and an equal housing lender.
No shortcuts, no compromises, just the job done right. At Exterior Pros, we don't just meet expectations, we crush them. Every nail, every window, every shingle is a step toward your home's next chapter. From the moment we start until that final reveal, we're committed to making your home better than ever. Quality products and craftsmanship you can count on. Go to the pros for your next project. Get started today and save $2,000. Visit extpros.com or call 262-800-4274. That's 262-800-4274.
Comes to offering medical coverage to your employees. Saganiac Clinic can coach you on ways to balance costs and prioritize care for your employees with coverage provided by United Healthcare. Call Steve Llewellyn, 262-783-6161. 262-783-6161. Saganiac Clinic, a name synonymous with employee benefits and top-notch service. Insurance coverage provided by or through United Healthcare Insurance Company or its affiliate. Administrative services provided by United Healthcare Services, Inc. or its affiliate. Health plan coverage provided by or through United Healthcare of Wisconsin, Inc. The Saganiac Planning Marquette Basketball Greatest Scorers. The Marquette Greatest Anything must include Dwayne Wade, but he only played 2 seasons, so he can't match the numbers of those with 3 or 4 years. But Wade is the leader of the 2-year club. Career average 19.7, among the best ever. Similar to Jim Jones' 2 years, 19 a game. And 2-year club, add Andrew Rousey. Like Wade and Jones, a season averaging over 20 points per game. Dwayne Wade, Jim Jones, Andrew Rousey, among the greatest scorers with only 2 seasons of play.
Hey, ready to sweeten your game? It's time for Quick Trip's Nature's Touch Ice Cream. Ooh, making moves like the starting lineup of a championship team. Whether you're gearing up for the big game, celebrating a win, or just looking for a sweet break in the action. Chocolate, vanilla, cookies and cream, mint chocolate chip, and more. Yeah, there's no such thing as a bad pick. So why wait? Flavor doesn't scoop itself. Get your hands on your winning Nature's Touch Ice Cream flavor today. Only at Quick Trip.
Right now, more than 100,000 children waiting in foster care need our help. The Dave Thomas Foundation for Adoption is focused on finding them safe, permanent homes. Learn more at davethomasfoundation.org.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Check out the Princeton clubs in Madison or New Berlin for a better tomorrow. Strong body, strong mind, and you can help have a strong community with all the initiatives they got going on at each different club. Take that simple, small step to start today. No goal is too small. Free childcare with the membership is huge. It's absolutely huge, especially with where I'm at in my life. Open 24/7, and it's clean, and they have something for everyone, so don't wait any more time. Get started on your fitness journey today at the Princeton Club. Brad, we got after you a little bit because you've been interviewing babysitters. Did you put her through the gamut? The poor 16-year-old came over the Nortman estate, and you put her through 21 questions?
Well, Guys, I had high expectations, right? As we discussed on Friday, that we're going through a babysitter.
And remember, you're Goody. This person is like Devontae Adams.
Yeah. I mean, nothing's easy. I'm looking for value.
They need you more than, you need them more than they need you.
I do.
And
need
you're
them.
lowballing at lowballing this 16-year-old.
Yes, left without it, we would be in trouble. But she doesn't know that, which we wanted to keep that. But first of all,
negotiate. Gotta have power. She's a teenager.
She's supposed to show up at 12:30. She was up at 12:25.
Oh, ding, ding, ding
She
for Brad
opens the
Nortman.
door. I said, "Hey, XYZ, I'm Brad Nortman. Come on in." Firm handshake.
Oh, did she have shoes on, shoes off?
Took shoes off. Didn't even ask. Walked right in. Took shoes off. Said, "Wow, this estate is beautiful." She didn't say that.
Brownie points.
No, she took
if she lives out there, she'd probably be like, "Oh, this looks like mine."
Yeah, she took her shoes off. Didn't even have to ask. We had the boys that were there, right? The babies
fostering, the twin boys,
fostering, and she went right to them. She was warm. She was engaging, and this is like a 16-year-old. I'm expecting I know Gen Z, right? Gen Z is sort of
we see strokes every day,
crying all the time.
Exactly, not very personable technology. Never pulled their phone out once. Looked me in the eye when she talked to me. I was like, this girl's a home run. I'm just waiting for it. I'm waiting for okay, Mr. Nortman, it's going to be $40 an hour. So eventually we got to the end of it. She was lovely. She was playing with the boys. It was just 10 out of 10. So we got to it and said, all right, so what's your rate?
Oh, don't act like you were like, Brad's not tough enough to be like, all right, now what's your rate?
Well, she's okay. Well,
You're such a phony.
Such a phony.
He said, "Oh, this is so wonderful. How much do you
want?
How much is it?"
I said, I was like, okay. I'm like, well, I forget even how I phrased it, but it was pretty professional. It was pretty like, so what's what's the expectation of your
oh
rate?
my God.
You said that to no kid.
What's your expectation?
I would have been nervous.
And she goes, whatever you want. Whatever you want to pay me. I just want to work. And I was like, that answer is the best answer you could probably. Now, she doesn't know who she's talking to.
A cheapo.
Yeah,
exactly.
No, it's the worst answer she could have given. She's on minimum wage.
Might I add, a multi-millionaire cheapo.
Yeah.
She pulled up to the house. She said, I don't want to price myself too low.
Yeah, she's like, I'm walking into a gold mine right here, she's thinking.
Two kids?
She's, two babies at that, and another
I'll give you
on
$11 an hour.
And so she was just like, whatever you want to pay me. I just want to work. I'm just excited. I love kids. You guys seem so nice. I just want to work.
What's the rate, Brad?
And so I haven't quite decided what it's going to be, but I've never wanted to pay her more. I'll say that. I was thinking in my head, is it going to be 15? Is it going to be 12? Is it going to be 18? Maybe 20?
Wait, my
what?
Our joke was not a joke?
Oh my God.
20. This girl did all this professional. She was fantastic. She walked in, she played the game, she went straight to the kids. She impressed you, you were like, man,
she was impressive.
If I
actually
like this,
can lowball her.
No, you were excited because you said, if my daughter came out like this, I'd be so happy.
I would.
You're a low baller. You start 12. I got at least 20 to 25.
I have decided yet.
Yeah, for twins, it's 30 an hour, dude.
30. Wow. Okay, I don't know about that. I think
that's too much.
I think the internal
trying to help
ticker,
this chick.
The internal ticker is somewhere between 18 to 25.
No, get rid of the 18. It starts at a 2, Brad. It starts at a 2.
You got 2 kids.
Come on now. It starts at a 2.
Maybe we start at 20 then, because as a tester rate.
Slow down. You just said that the internal ticker is somewhere between 18 and 25.
Yeah.
Meaning 5/7 of the ticker starts with a 2.
Yeah.
Majority rules, Brad. The ticker starts with a 2.
You gonna do a 22 hour?
Let's go 20.
22 is a weird number though, isn't it? It's gotta be even.
Why is it? No, so I have a 16, an 18, and a 20.
But that makes for a weird cash dollars amount. I'm giving away fives and
the finance guy can't figure out the money aspect.
I don't want to go to an ATM
unless it's a flat 20. He can't figure it out.
20s are the lowest bill denomination I have.
She is a teenager. She has Venmo.
That's a compelling point. See, that's where that Gen Z mind can sometimes be helpful.
Did you really think you're going to have to pay this young lady
I was just
cash?
thinking,
so some of them don't have Venmo.
Just going through the wallet and just,
really?
Going through
cash.
I
had one that I had to make sure I had cash. I always forgot.
I had one. It sounds so weird. Question. Do you have to tip babysitters?
No,
I do.
No.
What do you mean tip?
Doesn't that just why don't you just increase your rate then?
Yeah.
It's just it's one of those things that's just a show of good faith that you appreciate what they're doing. It's not just a transaction.
You tip her every time?
Yes.
Just increase her rate.
No, it's not about that. It's just principle.
I don't like the ambiguity.
$20 an hour and then get the tip. That's what you do. Make them happy.
So, Brad, let me just take you through the scenario. Working on your $20, it's 4.5 hours. You paying her 90 or 100? You pay 100 and you don't even think about it. Damn it!
I think you probably do 100. I think you probably do 100. I don't know though. I don't want to like test her, right? I want to like.
Why are you testing a child?
Give her the boys when they're tired. See how she does. You know, NFL Combine.
You're the desperate one, not her.
I'm telling you,
I just want to.
You're not going to find a 10 out of 10 that comes back in there and says,
she says,
my rate's. She's going to say, my rate's 30. Take it or leave me.
Oh. I think I'd probably pay it. She was that good. But she said, I don't even care when I pass. I want to get work.
Which is why you should take care of her.
Yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe you're right.
This is your child. Your children. Make sure you're... Ugh.
I've never been more interested in paying a babysitter top dollar.
Jim, Matt, and Molly in Madison. Corey and Wally in Beaver Dam. Cheap Brad, Cheap Kyle, and Fun Ben and Strofe next.
Yes, it doesn't matter. Yes, it doesn't matter.
We have this accident on eastbound 94 right about at 68th Street. That's got the right lane blocked. Things are slowing down all the way back towards 92nd Street. On the westbound side, backing up from 25th Street all the way to Hawley Road. Northbound 43 slowing down from Kilbourne up past Keith. We got the southbound side backing up just through the Marquette and over the high-rise bridge. Back on the brakes from just north of Lincoln down towards the KK River crossing. Southbound 41, watch for backups from Silver Spring down past Capitol. Catch the lucky deal at Tsunami Express Car Wash March 10th through the 17th. New customers get your first month for just $10. On-site only. Plus, 5 lucky members will win $1 memberships for April. Visit Tsunami Express today. And checking the TMJ for Storm King forecast. Tonight, mostly clear skies, breezy with a low of 38. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy, a high in the 40s to the north, 50 in Milwaukee, 60 to the south. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Betty Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Brewers opening day is coming up on Monday, March 31st against the Royals. Be here for the first crack of the bat, the first pop of the glove, and that first taste of summer as we celebrate the start of a new season. The party starts pregame with live entertainment and a national anthem performance by singer-songwriter Allison Mahal. Plus, get here early for a special pregame tribute to Bob Uecker. You don't want to miss out on one of the biggest days in baseball. Get your seats for opening day now at Brewers.com.
ESPN Wisconsin's Mark Tauscher here for Kohler Services. Well, if you've been putting off your bath or shower remodel, now is the time to turn to Kohler Service. Family owned for 150 years, Kohler is your Wisconsin manufacturer providing care for life. And this month only, get $1,000 off your Lugstone shower remodel and no payment financing until 2026. Visit KohlerServicesWI.com to request your free quote with fast professional installation always included. Again, that's KohlerServicesWI.com.
Hey, this is Gabe Neitzel. You're listening to 94.5 ESPN, WKTI and WKTI HD, Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studio at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee. This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN on 94.5 ESPN, the Wisconsin On Demand app, and streaming live at ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
We them boys. We them boys. We making noise.
It's the 4-1 4 hour at 4 on KBN.
He is Kyle Wallace. I'm Ben Brust alongside Brad Nortman. KBN Nation at 800-990-3776.
Wait, he is Kyle Wallace, who will be at my wedding come this summer.
Confirmed. Well, you have to save the date. Doesn't mean your action still could change if we send the formal invitation.
You do have to RSVP. Yes.
You shut up, because you ain't getting nothing. So this is an A and B conversation, so you need to see your way out. How about that?
Oh, nailed it.
Wow. That was
sassy.
That was like seventh grade.
20 years since I've heard that.
Nailed it.
Yeah, I mean, this is a wedding conversation. You're not part of it.
KBN Nation very upset with Brad and how he is not trying to pay a wonderful babysitter to watch two young children.
It's so unbelievable. A man who publicly made millions of dollars in National Football.
And Chef Ed chimes in with a good point. What would you expect from a guy who takes his own snack to the movies? And we could say that packs his own wine to go to Napa. That
that one's still the craziest.
That will, bring his own oatmeal through the airport. Pack his own snacks for a trip in Utah.
Yeah, I mean, all of those I kind of get at least, but bringing your own wine.
Yeah, that's egregious.
To Napa.
It was Napa wine.
He bought Napa wine and packed it to go to Napa.
Don't you
I uncorked it in Napa. There's really no difference. If I buy Napa wine in Milwaukee and I check it,
there's a huge difference, dude.
You probably bought like a $9 Napa bottle.
I mean, it was in the teens.
Oh my God!
You chose over.
I think there was one bottle that I brought that was low 30s. That was like the splurge.
This
bottle.
poor babysitter really is only getting $20 an hour.
Bro, what are you saving for? You're cheating Napa, now you're cheating this young, poor future leader of America. What are you cheating these people for?
This is a little bit presumptuous. I said I haven't decided what the final rate is.
You said 12, 15, and 18.
No,
and you said 18 to 25.
That was a stream of consciousness.
That's because she performed well during the dang interview.
She's outstanding.
Yeah, so now 18 to 25. I can't believe you even said 18.
Brad, this information is readily available on the internet, but I'd like your permission. Can I read your career earnings on the air?
I mean, if you'd like.
Okay. Brad Nortman played 6 years in the NFL. For 4 years for the Panthers, 2 years for the Jacksonville Jaguars. According to Spotrac, you don't have to confirm or deny this, but it says career earnings through 2025 is $6,478,680.
Now you got to take some taxes out of that. Uncle Sam takes a lot.
Sure. But the point remains, you can afford $25 an hour, dude.
Yeah, I just want to make sure I'm paying market rate. That's what it comes down to.
It's been like a decade since he played.
But think about all that invested.
Okay, Brad, I'm not
so he's even richer.
So yeah. Well, look at this.
You made this money. You made this money over and over and over.
And he played 6 years. He's got the pension.
That's true too.
When does that kick in?
Too.
Not for a while, right?
Yeah. I think as early as 55, as late as 65. It goes up each year.
So you're going to wait until 65?
Yeah,
naturally, because you're
because he's already planned for a guaranteed
9% return.
The thing is, I know we make jokes about it, but I don't think people realize Brad literally had a career in finance prior to joining us at ESPN Wisconsin.
I did.
He took a pay cut to be here.
I did take a pay cut.
That's how good things are going at the investments.
That's how we're tightening up, and it trickles down to the babysitter. That's how it works.
This is the person that I'm choosing to watch my child when I'm gone. I'm going to make sure I pay them the lowest rate.
Listen, jokes aside, she'll probably get 20. She'll probably get 20.
No, that's not jokes aside.
His child, Ben's child,
gets 20 an hour.
Yeah.
But that's a 30-year vet, you said. That's vet minimum.
For half as many children.
For half as many children, and it probably is low, and we know her, so she's like, there's like a relationship.
Yeah.
So tell me what market rate
and that's why I also tip her on top of it.
Yeah, 25 for 2 kids and how good she is, based off what you're saying.
$25.
$25. You're talking about, what is that, $12.50 a kid? Brad, per hour. I mean, come on, 12. What can you get for $12.50 an hour per kid? That's a steal. But
she's doubling up. That means she's just doubling up on the rate then.
Okay, Brad. Okay, wait. Oh, Brad, first and foremost, do you and Lexi, is it just easy to have 1 kid or 2 kids?
I will say 2 kids. It's not.
It's double the trouble.
It's like triple.
Okay.
So the stresses you feel is triple.
It's like 1 + 1 = 3, I swear.
Okay, so this poor girl is not going to get 1 + 1 = 3 for her money?
She's going to get 1 + 1 = 3 = 1.
Basically.
Divided by 3 = 1.
Do better, Bradley.
No, she'll get something in the 20s. I'll probably start at 20. And just if it goes well,
you make me sick.
No, that's fair, right? Again, start at 20.
No,
we go a couple times.
You're going to give her a raise.
I like that he's self-validated.
Make sure everything goes well. Because you earn a raise.
He goes, "This is what we're going to do," and that's fair. He's self-validated.
That's fair.
If she says yes to 20, tell her I got a kid for her in 3 years.
Do you think she'll be thrilled at 20?
No. How old is she again?
I said she's 16.
But she'll be thrilled at 20. But she's
drove to an estate.
I'm not saying that she's not being taken advantage of, but she would be thrilled because she's 16.
Her jaw is going to drop when he says 20.
Here's what I did. I did say she could do this.
25?
No, you're going to be 24 kid.
Because we didn't tell her any numbers at the time she left, right? So she's like, whatever you want to pay me. And we said, oh, okay, wow. I was like, well, I said, you can think about it. if you want to ask some of your friends what they get paid, I'm open. Like, I want her to be able to set a market rate. I want her to be able to feel like she's being compensated, and then from there we can engage our negotiations.
So when she comes back with she's going to come back with 30. And what are you going to say?
30?
Yeah, Brad.
Does she have an LLC now too?
It would help if she came with a letter of recommendation.
She did.
Came from the
Your
neighbors.
friends.
I'm
That's
telling
true.
you this right now, Brad. If I put just like in business, when you pull up to a nicer neighborhood, the price goes up. So she pulled up to that
I'm being
neighborhood.
profiled.
Yes, 100%. Welcome to the world of being You get
I need to
profiled all the
fight
time,
back
Brad.
against profiling.
Yeah. You love to do that.
Oh yeah. Brookfield Central Oconomowoc State guy needs to fight back against profiling. That's one for the record.
Do you think people go out to Oconomowoc and offer the same prices of Oconomowoc that they'll offer in Milwaukee in certain areas?
I should hope that it's all the same. I should hope that I'm looked at and treated the same as everybody else.
Oh, so your property taxes are the same as all those in different areas.
I never thought it'd come to this. I hate you.
Dang, that's true.
You know what the sad part is I wish I could tell everyone listening that this is a joke.
It's not.
It's not a joke.
The man.
We're literally negotiating for the potential babysitter on behalf of her because she doesn't know the mess of a person she's dealing with.
Well, the implications are massive because she's going to be spending hours and hours.
The implications.
Yeah. I mean, the difference between $20 and $25. I mean, you're talking about.
That's huge.
It's a lot over.
Looks like you're going to have to sell the estate.
Might come to that. Who knows?
Maybe they had to sell back them blinds you finally got.
Unscrew them off and sell them on Facebook Marketplace.
Yeah.
Well, I think when it all comes, she's going to be thanking you and KBN Nation for making sure she gets treated fairly. She gets paid fairly. She'll be treated fairly.
You're going to end up paying her $12 an hour, and then you're going to tell us you paid her $25.
You're
going to lie to us.
I promise you. I would. Hand to God, it'll be in the 20s. It'll be in the 20s.
You mean hand to God, it will be 20.
God, please hand that girl at least $25 an hour. Whatever you do.
Grab that hand and reach deeper in the pockets.
Just a little bit deeper.
We know Brad loves you.
That's true.
So go ahead and
touch him. Touch him, please.
Goodness gracious.
Touch him in that heart that's protecting the gold of his life.
I'm telling you this right now. She's going to be shocked when you tell her.
Don't leave that desktop computer open with the bank account. She'll be like, damn, I'm getting screwed.
Shortchange. You think she'll be shocked at 20?
Yes. You should ask the people that recommended her how much they paid.
Does Lexi have any opinion on any
she's letting me drive the bus on this one. I mean, she wanted
Lexi.
Who was in charge?
Issue.
Look, Lexi got like the this person is suitable to take care of kids, and again, 10 out of 10, so no concerns.
No, but she has no dealing with the financial component.
We'll talk about it, but I'll have the final say. Man of the house.
How many kids do your neighbors have?
I like that. That's a man right there.
Man of the house.
Putting his foot down. This is what we're paying. I like that.
Attack ad. Kyle Wallace attack ad.
What do you mean? Women like that. Women like when men take controls. All right, listen, you can use that attack ad all you want. They'll love that. I get all the women, but I like a man who takes control.
If they don't like that?
It's good for him.
I'll plead the fifth. There you go, Brad.
What did he say?
It's good for him.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, Brad.
I need to make a Brad Norton attack.
No, Brad Norton attack ad.
Brad,
y'all are cracking me up.
How many kids do your neighbors have?
They have 2 kids.
Oh,
2 kids.
Interesting concept.
And they're older.
How much older?
Several.
Craig chimes in the Carbless talking text line. It's going to be $20 an hour, but Brad's going to take the taxes out of it.
I'll withhold for you. I'll withhold for you Social Security.
Brad's going to have this poor girl filling out a W-2.
Oh, man. You guys are hilarious.
No, we're not.
You're problematic.
We're not. You're an issue.
I'm trying to she'll be treated fairly.
No, you just...
You know she'll be treated fairly, but she'll be paid financially.
Boys, I think we got to have a funeral.
For who?
Be more like Brad.
Yeah.
Wow. You're off over this?
Yeah.
Well, this is just adding up.
I still think $20 an hour. Like, that's a great starting.
She's going to have so much
Where else is she going to get $20 an hour?
A lot of places. McDonald's, maybe.
Up the street.
Probably in the Commonwealth, they're paying $20 an hour at McDonald's.
They're not paying $20 an hour at McDonald's.
I'm going to tell you.
If they're paying $20 at McDonald's, I'll pay her $25. Easily.
Yes.
Easily.
Over to the KBN Sports Desk with Alex Stroh.
I just want to recap a few things about our friend Brad Nortman. Do you mind?
Did you go to the Bradisms page on our show sheet?
Sure did. And this is the same guy that will not open his pocketbook for a babysitter taking care of the children that live in his household.
This is a great list.
Twins.
The most precious things in his life.
The same
Apparently
guy
not.
that spent $550 on a pair of sunglasses.
Oh, wow.
This is
To be fair, that was around the NFL time.
This is the same guy that spent $2,000 on a treadmill.
On a treadmill?
Oh,
Are you going to let her use the treadmill when the babies are sleeping?
Heavens, no.
Oh.
To break that thing, she can't afford it.
This is the same guy
What's the next one?
that took wine off of the table sitting next to him at a restaurant because they didn't finish the bottle.
It was a good bottle, and they tried
to do that. We didn't.
It's an insane ask.
Regardless, so reasonable.
That's
They're
so
just gonna throw it
embarrassing.
out.
That is so embarrassing.
Don't waste it. We don't have any money. We need wine.
He's just sitting there.
I wonder if
It's
the
an $80 bottle.
Do you think the waiter or waitress, as soon as you asked that they went back to make fun of you think they realized they were making fun of a former person they watched play college football in Wisconsin and play in the NFL?
That's why it's good that I'm behind a face mask. I can't be,
This guy
profiled. Yeah.
profiled.
This guy is trying to pay less than half that he paid for the worst Christmas tree in the history of Christmas.
Oh, yeah.
That keeps on giving year after year.
That tree's gone.
You threw that away.
Well, not yet.
Oh, y'all used it again this past year?
We didn't use it, but it was still there just in case. You never know.
But why would we be surprised when this is the same guy who didn't get his at-the-time girlfriend a car when he was making an NFL salary?
That's right. She had to walk around Charlotte.
No,
she dropped him off at practice.
And it was before the Lime scooters, too, right?
It was before Uber. It was before Lime Scooter. She had to take a taxi or walk or drop me off.
You didn't buy her a bicycle?
Nah, she can walk.
Oh, my gosh.
Not even a bicycle.
That's why she said, shoot, I had
not even one with a bell on it.
Bing, 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 bing.
I'm telling you.
You guys are hilarious.
No. Stop saying that.
Wait till
We're
it
not.
out.
This isn't a joke.
All of these situations had completely reasonable, completely practical explanations behind them.
You sound like Goody.
You know what? Goody, you're not so different, you and I.
So what's going to happen when the neighbors
sucks.
find out this, Brad, and they start talking about y'all?
That's a good question.
You didn't
gonna
ask
get
the
out.
neighbors what they pay?
No.
Are you going to?
Ooh, they got a nice house.
What do you mean?
So do you.
Yeah.
You are so cheap. I'm done with this. I'm actually starting to get mad.
What you do realize?
But that's why I asked her to ask her friends what her friends are getting
Brad,
for market research.
If she's in listen, she won't even come in my neighborhood because she's been like, these people are entirely too poor. I do high upscale.
She's going to come in there and she's going to be like, oh, look at those cars. Those are sparkly and fresh. She probably paid a lot to get that car washed.
Well, she'll certainly believe that with Tsunami Express Car Wash. When they're cleaning your car, oh my goodness, you'll believe like you just drove it off the lot. That's how we feel whenever we take our cars through there, and we do it early and often because we are ceramic members, of course, and you can be a member and it can be your lucky day because today on St. Patrick's Day, when you go to Tsunami Express Car Wash all over southeastern Wisconsin, if you go there in person, you can get your first month of any membership for just $10. That's a deal that's only on site, available at Tsunami Express Car Wash, and 5 very lucky members will win a $1 membership for April. It's a perfect time to make your car sparkly and clean and to save big because all that salt and grime, that residue is still on there from the winter. You need a spring cleaning, and no better time to do that, no better place to do that than Tsunami Express Car Wash. Tsunami Express Car Wash. Wash, chill, repeat with Tsunami Express.
Kyle's frustrated with the Green Bay Packers and Goody. We've realized Brad is not that much different than Goody. Very cheap, below market rate. All the same here at Kyle, Brust, and Nortman. Goody and the Green Bay Packers, are they building a roster that is going to be competitive enough to win a Super Bowl? At the end of the day, that's what Kyle wants, and that's what Packer fans should want. Next.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
And I'm going to quote the great Martin Luther King in this.
Oh, wow.
I'm going to bring up MLK. You know what he said?
Oh, wow.
He said, our lives begin to end the day we become silent about things that matter. And you know what matters to me? Booing Craig Counsell and booing the Chicago Cubs.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Northbound 43 slowing down from Fond du Lac Avenue all the way up to Keefe. On the southbound side, watch for delays from just south of Fond du Lac Avenue down through the Marquette and over the high-rise bridge. Westbound 94 slowing down from 25th Street all the way to Hawley Road. Eastbound, earlier accident at 68th Street that was blocking the right lane has been cleared. Still seeing delays, though, coming out of the Zoo Interchange all the way to Hawley Road. Traffic is brought to you by Snow River Mountain Resort in Michigan's UP. Over 125 inches of pure natural powder this season. Visit snowriver.com to book now. Snow River Mountain Resort, where the snow stays longer and the lines move faster. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Tonight, mostly clear, breezy, a low of 38. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy with the highs in the 40s to the north, 50 in Milwaukee, 60 to the south. Weather is brought to you by Infinity Exteriors, dedicated to saving our communities from unscrupulous contractors. Mother Nature can be unpredictable. Your roof, siding, and windows shouldn't be. We install peace of mind with transparency and quality guaranteed. Visit infinityexteriors.com. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Gruber Law Office's Thanalysis Live is back. March 29th at Potawatomi Casino Hotel. Join Thanasis Adetokounmpo for a live show that's sure to entertain like none other. Last year, it was a surprise appearance from ESPN's Stephen A. Smith. You never know what Thanasis has planned for 2025. Get your tickets to Thanalysis Live right now. Visit ESPN Milwaukee on Twitter for event and ticket info. It's Gruber Law Office's Thanalysis Live, presented by Potawatomi Casino Hotel and Carbless. Also supported by the Prisoner Wine Company and McDonald's.
Are you ready to shake things up at Potawatomi Casino Hotel, Milwaukee? All you gotta do is toss your rewards card into your favorite slots for drawing entries and a chance to be in the Roll for Riches game show. What's on the table? Oh, just $300K in cash and prizes. Play this March, and Thursday nights, you could get on a winning streak that, frankly, you deserve. Let it ride and Roll for Riches. Only at Potawatomi. More info online. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
Join the roar of 18,000 Bucks fans at Fiserv Forum and be a part of the slam dunks, game-changing plays, and electrifying victories live. Witness the edge-of-your-seat action and unforgettable moments as they happen. You don't want to miss this. Grab your calendar, handpick your favorite matchups, and secure your seats for Dame time in Milwaukee and every incredible moment that comes next at bucks.com/tickets. That's bucks.com/tickets.
Great impressions will exceed your expectations. Great impressions, perceptions, everything.
At Great Impressions Graphics and Printing, they've been proudly serving the community for over 26 years. From their location at the corner of 54th and Burleigh in Milwaukee, their dedication to quality and customer satisfaction has made them a trusted name in printing and design. Great Impressions offer a wide range of services, including banners, posters, yard signs, business cards, programs, and postcards. Plus, they specialize in custom apparel printing, perfect for family reunions, sports outings, business promotions, and more. For your next project, visit greatimpress.com. That's greatimpress.com. Great Impressions. They're here when you need them.
Great impressions, perceptions, everything.
No shortcuts, no compromises, just the job done right. At Exterior Pros, we don't just meet expectations, we crush them. Every nail, every window, every shingle is a step toward your home's next chapter. From the moment we start until that final reveal, we're committed to making your home better than ever. Quality products and craftsmanship you can count on. Go to the pros for your next project. Get started today and save $2,000. Visit extpros.com or call 262-800-4274. That's 262-800-4274.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Money is right, and tax season is here. And what better way to reinvest in your home than with brand new energy efficient windows during Universal Windows Direct tax time sale where you can save big while making your home more comfortable and energy efficient. And at Universal Windows Direct right now, you can buy 2 windows, get 2 free. Buy 10 windows, get 10 free. There is no limit, and right now it's the perfect time and opportunity to upgrade your home without having to break the bank. And here's something that will make your wallet even happier. Pay no interest until 2030. That's right, no interest for the next 6 years, making it easier than ever to afford the quality windows your homes need. And because Universal Windows loves them some KBN Nation, they are giving you an extra $500 off your next home improvement project. So why wait? Call them today for your free in-home estimate at 414-410-2000. That's 414-410-2000 so they can come into your house and give you a free in-home estimate. For the last windows you'll ever need, go to universalwindowsdirect.com, and like me, you'll be saying, I love my windows.
Ben Brust, Kyle Wallace, Brad Nortman here with you. Strophe running the show, 800-990-3776. That's the Carbless Talking Text line. List is more. See us on YouTube at ESP Milwaukee. And on that Talking Text line, the Carbless Talking Text line, Rob chimes in with a question for Ben. Was playing the Big Ten tournament so late a detriment? Less time for us, etc., especially when it doesn't seem to matter. Well, it matters to the players, number one. It matters to the coaches. It does matter to the fans in the moment. Now, there are a mass load of fans that obviously care more about the NCAA tournament, as you should. It's the big thing. But I've seen it every which way, and I will be on the train of I'm not taking any excuses for anything that's happened. The Denver location and not Milwaukee, the Thursday instead of a Friday, like all that is a lot of. We are trying to find something to complain about. The 2015 Final Four team played and won the Big Ten tournament and then went to the national championship game. If you're good enough and you prepare and have the right mentality, you will go far. It doesn't matter what the circumstances. My senior year, we lost in the semifinals of the Big Ten championship. We had more rest in this current Badger team. And it didn't matter if we played Thursday or Friday. You're ready to go. See, this is a tournament. Let's not forget that. Let's not forget the fact that you wait the entire season for this moment. You sign up to play college basketball, or you used to. Now you sign up for money, which I don't blame the kids. They're getting a lot of money. But this team seems to be on a mission to do something together that I'm not worried about all the elements. Would it have been nice to play in Milwaukee? Yes. Would it have been nice to play a little bit later, Thursday or a Friday? Absolutely. But at the end of the day, they're traveling to somewhere in Denver, Colorado, where, there's altitude. Heard all about it. Played in altitude. Mattered for 4 minutes. They're playing Montana. They're going to beat the brakes off of Montana, get a day's rest, and if they can play really well, you get some rest in the back end of that second half. If they're able to manage that way, not saying it's going to happen, but there's that opportunity. Then you do your recovery, you walk through on Friday, and then you prepare for whoever you play Saturday. It's that simple. There's not that much. It's not that deep in terms of how far do you go? Does it affect you? This, that. They're college athletes, and to my knowledge, outside of Klesman's lower body injury that he had, the team's pretty healthy and in a very good spot right now from a depth standpoint. So I'm all good with the way everything happened. And like I've said before, whether it was 6 seed Illinois, who they wouldn't have had to play because they wouldn't have matched up the Badgers. They could lose to the 11 seed, but Illinois, 6 seed. Mississippi, Chris Beard, Final Four with Texas Tech 4 years ago. Wouldn't want to see Chris Beard. And then Missouri, who is also a very good SEC program, wouldn't want to see them either. You're telling me to get BYU or VCU? Go get it. It's yours for the taking. This is a year in which I believe that Coach Gard has these kids in the right mindset. They are all bought into the culture that Kyle was talking about. Whether it's the same style of play, it's not. But they believe in what their ultimate goal is, and you can feel that cohesiveness amongst the team. They're all in it together. Last year, there was guys counting cash on the way out. AJ Storr was on the way out. We all knew that. This team is not doing that. They are ripe for a run. Now it is up to them to figure out a way to get to the second weekend, because I'm sick of talking about not being the second weekend.
Does the first weekend in the NCAA tournament lack juice?
No.
It doesn't.
No.
Because it's in a neutral.
You think it lacks juice?
Well, no. I'm comparing it. Hold on.
First weekend has more juice than actually you can say that other rounds do other than the Elite Eight game.
I'm comparing it to the conference tournament, which we just watched, right? And it felt like there was a lot of subsection of different fans there. And
of course.
It's close and there's rivalry. So it feels like when you watch the conference tournaments, there's so much juice, right? Then everyone kind of scatters for the first round. You probably don't have like a big subsection of like Wisconsin fans in Denver.
You do. We always did.
Yeah, they travel
always.
Yeah. They travel well. I think there's juice there, and for Wisconsin,
which had more juice, conference championship games or the first round.
NCAA tournament. Conference championship game. Naturally, you're going to have more people in Chicago and Indiana that can make their way there, but you're still going to have a strong group. Thing about Thanksgiving tournaments, I always hear more Badgers than any other team that they play in any Thanksgiving tournament. It's that type of thing. Luckily, Badgers and alums typically do really well.
They're spread out across.
And they have the ability to spend funds to travel for something like this.
They sure are.
And Denver is a cool location for people that want to travel.
There's already a lot of alum down in Wisconsin alum down.
And I'm already getting texts from somebody who's from Wisconsin is like, "You boys coming?" I'm not, unfortunately. That's okay. But like again, the idea of even fans don't even matter. You're juiced up about the opportunity more than the fans. And when we were my senior year, I didn't want to be in Milwaukee, actually. I wanted to travel elsewhere. Now, would we have the same matchup against Oregon? I don't know. It ended up working out great. I was foolish in not thinking that because we were down 13 at half. The game didn't go our way, and the Bradley Center was full of red in Milwaukee. And we ended up beating Oregon.
Yeah, y'all needed
I made the three to set the all-time three-point record. Didn't lose the lead after that. Cool. I don't know. How come you didn't give me that? Maybe because you think it's actually cool and you're not mocking me?
I do actually think it's cool.
And then we went on a run after that. But we've also seen the Badgers be a 3 seed at home at Fiserv Forum and not beat Iowa State. But you also say that team was much more flawed than this team.
That's the biggest thing. I don't think this team has a lot of flaws. I think we've seen them. We know when they're not at their best. We saw it yesterday against Michigan when they just don't shoot the three ball well. We understand that they live and die by the three, but they've been living really, really well throughout this season, hitting the three ball and scoring a lot of points. So there's no hidden things. Like you talked about last year.
The only thing I've ever been scared of all year is big men. There's no like stud big man on BYU or VCU that I'm like, oh, Steven Krall and Nolan Winter are going to have trouble with that. And guess what? This is the first and second round. You're a 3 seed for a reason.
Yeah.
They earned it. Now you earn the opportunity to play a team that's in the 20s to 30s in terms of net ranking or KenPom or AP and coaches poll.
I would say this is the most optimistic I've been for a team, a Wisconsin Badger team, in a couple years here. In a really long, maybe 2017. Most optimistic I've been.
Last time they were there?
Yeah, I mean,
years ago?
Sweet 16, they went to the Sweet 16.
Because if we want to do this, I can do this. 5 seed against Oregon. 5-12s are tough. 5 seeds against James Madison. They laid an egg. Before that, they were 8 or a 9 seed when they lost to the eventual champion Baylor. Other than the 3 seed in Milwaukee, which you should have been excited about, you do have that advantage, and it wasn't an advantage for that team. So it's the opportunity more than where and who's there. It's just about if the team is made up of guys that can make a run. And the statistic earlier that they're inside the top 31 of defensive efficiency, top 27 of offensive efficiency. There's only 8 teams in the tournament that have that resume, and that is the national championship winner having those metrics. They're one of them. Do I think they're winning the national championship? No. Do I think they are good enough and have proven throughout the year that they should get to the Sweet 16 based off the layout of the tournament? Doesn't matter where, when, what? Yes, they are. And they are either going to accept the challenge and make Brad lose those scars that he has since 2017.
I want him gone.
I want him gone too, because I don't know what I'm going to be able to say. I'm just going to be so disappointed and frustrated, not at Coach Gard or the players, just at the fact that this damn NCAA tournament comes to a one and done, and your whole season is looked at based off the microcosm of the one and done.
Well, I'm ready for the narrative to be over, right? Because even when we talk about the Green Bay Packers and the number 1 seed and just like good regular seasons but can't do it in the postseason, I'm ready for that narrative to be over. There's no reason why this year can't be
beyond the Badgers. Honestly,
yeah.
It's the life of a Wisconsin fan.
Yeah, and the Milwaukee Bucks and their 1 seeds getting bounced by the Heat and all those years. Yes, they got their championship, but all those years where they were close. close and they got bounced. So
Packers getting the 1 seed against the San Francisco 49ers and then laying an egg on offense.
Badger football, going to Rose Bowls and losing, that I was a part of. I mean, I'm second place, Brad, so I know this. So I think for
the Brewers bites of the apples.
Yep. I think for me, it's not only Wisconsin basketball, but it's primarily Wisconsin basketball. Wisconsin is the team that I feel closest to, obviously, because we went there. But I'm just ready for it to be over. A little bit of optimism to swirl around Wisconsin athletics because we were comparing them to Wisconsin football. And there's not a lot of optimism swirling around Wisconsin football. Wisconsin basketball, men's basketball is the exception. Now is the time. I haven't been excited for a Wisconsin sporting event like this in years.
Well, think about this. Let's do show prep from Potawatomi Casino Hotel so we can actually be working and be at that 2,000 square foot video wall on Thursday. They play at 12:35 tip. We do have to have Alex Strofe run a sub-6 40-yard dash for him to join us on Friday at Potawatomi Casino Hotel in the sportsbook.
Hold on a minute.
What?
I think I'd rather be there Thursday now.
Yeah, the deal's a deal. The deal is done.
What if I run a sub-6? I can come both days.
Nope. That's not how negotiation works.
That's
You'll
a
just
lot
get
of
more.
That's a lot of missed work you have here.
I'd still be working. I'd be producing on site.
Oh, okay. So we just gonna find.
AKA,
people.
Is that possible to do?
I've seen you during conference tournaments change the TV above you and pay more attention to that than us.
You know that.
And so now you're asking for us to have you on site and then watch the Badgers and then say you're producing the show from on site?
Do not take out Hunter Vaughn's shortcomings from when he produced your show last week on ESPN Madison out on me. This show is always productive. It's always well produced, no matter if I'm here, if I'm with you, wherever.
What would you do on? So how do we get by without you when we're on site at so many different places?
Well, as you guys know, I don't love it when I'm not with you, right? I've always told you that.
We miss you, but it's
it's not a FOMO thing.
It's a FOMO thing.
It's a communication.
It's a FOMO thing.
It's a communication.
It's a FOMO thing with a little communication mixed in.
Okay, maybe it's a little bit of both. There might be some truth to that. Now, there is a potential of hotkeys on site. I could do them right next to you.
You a lie.
I don't need hotkeys on site, Strofe.
I just want to watch basketball with my friends.
See, there it is. FOMO.
Friend.
FOMO.
Wait a minute, is he your friend, Brad?
Yeah, he's my friend.
Pato Sportsbook Thursday and Friday. We'll be there, and I'll see you there.
You're my work friend, Stroke.
You'll see me there?
No, he's talking about KBN
I'm
Nation.
talking to KBN Nation.
You have to work.
He is such a baby.
It's a rough day today. First, it was I got the invite, he didn't. Then we talked about his nasty looking food.
Then his dad.
We don't know that I haven't got the invite yet.
He just told you he's not sending you an invite.
He never said that.
Oh, you didn't have the conversation with him?
I'm gonna let him figure out if, my process when we went through this was you will either receive a save the date or you will not.
I mean, I haven't received one yet either. Not yet.
Losers.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman
Pull my baby out to go. Yeah, get him out. Ain't no way in the world my baby gonna get hit that many times with a puck.
on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Well, we do have some delays. Eastbound 94 coming in from about Brookfield Road past Calhoun. Same thing on the westbound side, by the way, just west of Moreland Road all the way to Brookfield Road. A little bit closer into town, eastbound slowing down still from just east of 84th Street through the Stadium interchange to 35th. Westbound slowing from 25th Street through the Stadium as well to Mitchell Boulevard. Southbound 43 riders, watch out. It's going to be slow from Fond du Lac Avenue all the way down to the KK River crossing. On the northbound side, slowing down from Fond du Lac all the way up to Keith. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight, mostly clear, breezy with a low of 38. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy with the high in the 40s to the north, 50 in Milwaukee, 60s to the south. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Laviga on 94.5 ESPN.
At Citizens Bank, community banking is you, growing your business with a partner who gets it. It's you, buying your first home with a lender who makes it easy. It's you, building a future with savings that work just as hard as you. And it's us, working together to strengthen our community. Because at Citizens Bank, community banking means you plus us. Visit us at citizensbankwi.bank. Citizens Bank is member FDIC and an equal housing lender.
Look what I found.
What is it?
It's a list of the traditional and modern anniversary gifts for each year of marriage.
Sarah and I use a different list. But go ahead and tell us about yours.
The traditional gift for your first anniversary is paper, but the modern gift is a clock.
Well, our list says the first anniversary is always diamond jewelry.
What's your list called?
The People's Choice.
The traditional gift for your 6th anniversary is iron, but the modern gift is wood.
What a coincidence. For the 6th anniversary, our list says diamonds again. What do you have for the 10th anniversary, Rick?
Traditional is aluminum, modern is diamond jewelry.
Well, there you go. Our lists agree. What have you got for the 7th anniversary?
Copper and a desk set.
Nope. Diamonds again.
I'm beginning to see the wisdom of the People's Choice list.
It's good to have you on board.
Can I ask you something?
Sure.
Did you make up that People's Choice list, or is it real?
Well, we're people, aren't we?
Find the Kesslers nearest you at KesslersDiamonds.com.
Being a Pella consultant means helping people build their dreams.
Customers really appreciate just how prepared we are. All the samples, the videos, pictures.
We are with you from start to finish. You literally have a friend from beginning to end and beyond with your project.
Our Pella team simplifies the process, taking time to listen and find the right solution for you. And right now, get windows as low as $22 per month and doors as low as $89 per month. Visit PellaWI.com today.
Certain restrictions apply. It's 3/31/2025.
That weird Wisconsin weather is here. Snow one day, sun the next. But you can always count on Tsunami Express to keep your car clean. With 6 locations across southeastern Milwaukee, Tsunami Express helps fight that salt, grime, and mud with powerful vacuums and state-of-the-art wash technology. Technology like their best-in-class T2 with graphene for a long-lasting shine and protection. Stop at any Tsunami Express location and get your first wash free when you sign up online at TsunamiExpress.com. Tsunami Express Car Wash. Wash, chill, repeat. Terms and conditions apply. First wash free for new members only.
Wisconsin Indoor Golf Center is hosting another Scramble tournament with $1,000 in cash prizes available. Hey ESPN Milwaukee, this is Gary Ellison, and Wisconsin Indoor Golf Center invites you to play in a 2-man scramble at TPC Sawgrass, all from their comfortable golf simulators. Grab a friend and sign up today at WisconsinIndoorGolfCenter.com. The tournament costs $120 per pairing and is happening now through March 31st. Your winter chance to play TPC Sawgrass awaits. WisconsinIndoorGolfCenter.com.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Miss Polly said, come on over tonight. Told me, don't know you.
If you got pain, your knees, your hips, your shoulders, your back, then it is time to finally get it corrected. You're probably feeling that pain as I'm describing this. QC Kinetics is to the rescue. When I went and looked into their Greenfield location, I saw all the things that QC Kinetics can do for you. I mean, we're talking about advanced regenerative medicine that uses plasma, platelets, PRP, so many things that I've only just heard about in theory, but then could see in actuality. And I can see how it can finally give you that long-term pain relief that you've been looking for. So if you are someone that is restricted, you want to live a more active life, you're feeling that pain in your joints, then you need to go visit my friends at QC Kinetics, who are the nation's leader in advanced regenerative medicine. No drugs, no surgery, no downtime. So what are you waiting for? It's a free consultation to put you on your personal journey back to pain-free life. Call QC Kinetics today at 414-285-3474. That's 414-285-3474. 414-285-3474.
What's crack-a-lack-a-lack-a-lackin'? KBN Nation, 800-990-3776. The Carbless Talking text line. Ben Brust, Kyle Wallspread. Nortman Strophy running the show, and our guy, Tyrone. What's going on?
Indeed. What's crack-a-lack-a-lack-a-lack-a, crack-a-lack-a-lack-a-lackin', fellas? Let's get going. Sweet 16. Let's get cracking. Let's
get cracking. We're going to double up.
All right. Well, I tell you what, fellas. Hey, what's up, Kyle? What's up, Ben? What's up, Brad? What's up, Strofe? And, ESPN Nation. Let's go. I mean, let's go. Bucks are heading out west for a 10-game road trip. I don't know what the women did. I think we may have the Green Bay women, and I'm not sure about Marquette Panther women or Badger women, but I think we got UW Green Bay women and
Tyrone. You got the pulse, baby. You got the Wisconsin pulse.
Final Four hockey, though. So congratulations to them. Final Four in hockey. So yeah, get it, girls, get it. Let's skate. Let's show them Canadians we can skate.
Hey, powerful.
Yeah, the key to going fast, take care of the ball, hit the boards on both ends, respect each other, trust each other, love each other, have fun while you're doing it, but don't beat yourself with these, dribbling off your foot and all this garbage. Play basketball just like you are on the playground and play with each other and play to win, and we'll be fine. Have fun with the travels. Enjoy the games. Let's get cracking. Let's get it. Let's go, guys. Thanks a lot. Have a good one.
We need Tyrone in the locker.
Cut that and send it to me. I'll send it to guard.
Hey, wait a minute, Tyrone. Were you talking to Marquette?
He hung
up. I'm just wondering if he's ever been a coach because that was a hell of a speech.
All I know
great. I'm ready
is,
to go out and play.
Strofe, I know you and I missed the old Sports Center updates. We don't need Sports Center updates. We just need Tyrone to tell us what every local team in Wisconsin is currently doing. I don't know about the Panthers men or women. The Green Bay women, they're going. Yeah. Hey, how about the Frozen Four for the ladies? Show them Canadians how to skate.
Today
was a good one. It was like, what's crack-a-lack-a, crack-a-lackin'-glackin'?
Hey, I got a little nervous there. I was like, Tyrone, now don't be racist.
Now, here's the thing. He called me. I said, KBN, what's the name where you called from? He went, Strofe?
What's crack-a-lack-a-lack-a-lackin'?
So I just immediately knew.
He always says one more lackin' than I think. I think he's going to cut it off and he has a couple extra lackins.
I thought Tyrone was crazy at first.
Well, I mean, he's got great energy.
I thought he was crazy at first, and then I listened to what he had to say, and he never misses.
Well, he didn't know what was going on with a couple of teams, but his speech was good.
Well, but he knew a lot of stuff. He knew more than most people, and he gave a great speech. I'm telling you, he's very versatile. He has a lot of great things to say.
Play for each other, have fun, love each other, do it together.
Mm-hmm.
Coach speak, baby.
Wisconsin brings that kind of energy against Montana and BYU. Shoot, I got no problems. I got no worries.
There you go. Trust in Tyrone, baby.
Trust in Tyrone. Brad, you're going to tell us about 3-Tree, and then we'll get to Brian Balaga, because we got a lot of Packer stuff to get with our guy.
That is right. I mean, Tyrone knows, and we can get you just all juiced up, right? Well, 3-Tree Marketing, they're going to get your business juiced up. 3-Tree Marketing will make you and your team, your company, the envy of everything when it comes to full-service branded merchandise. I know whenever we use 3-Tree, whenever we put the ESPN Milwaukee, the GKB insignia logo on anything, boy, we always feel like we're satisfied. Our brand is furthered. Our message is delivered. That's what you're going to get when you use 3-Tree Marketing. It's an amazing opportunity to showcase what your brand is all about and tell the story of who you are. They're going to think outside the box and become an extension of your team. So if you're ready to take your business to the next level, then you got to call 3-Tree Marketing and go online and set an appointment today at 3treemarketing.com.
Ben Brust, Kyle Wallace, Brad Nortman, joined by future Packer Hall of Famer Brian Balaga. Next.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
800-990-3776. Say that again. What a radio pro.
He's so...
Say that again. Nobody said a word. Ben Brust, say that. Can we make a rule for Kyle, Brust, and Nortman?
You're a good producer.
No Evan Cohen from Unsportsmanlike, and no Greg Scalzo, my former co-host.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com. The best source for every piece of NFL news you need to know.
That's the idea of a deal. Each side gets wins, right? They have Jordan Love under contract for the next 5 years.
ESPN NFL insider Adam Schefter is on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy every Wednesday morning at 7:30. Sponsored by Island Resort and Casino.
I think Packers fans would sign up for 12-5 today, and maybe they will be.
Right here on 94.5 ESPN and also streaming live on the Wisconsin On Demand app and at ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
Kevin Moret here for Mentality. Life's a relentless competition, and you might be losing without even knowing it. With testosterone levels plummeting 25% in just 2 decades, you're likely operating at a fraction of your potential. Your kids sense it when you're too exhausted for playtime. Your wife notices when that spark fades. Here's the harsh truth. Without addressing low T, nothing works. Diets fail, workouts fall flat, but there's hope. Mentality's FDA-approved treatment restores testosterone by an average of 30%. Don't let low T rob you of life's precious moments. Start at mentalityhealth.com/radio.
Hey, it's ESPN Milwaukee's Kyle Wallace for Universal Windows Direct. Tax season is here, and what better way to reinvest in your home than with brand new energy-efficient windows? During Universal Windows Direct Tax Time Sale, you can save big now. Right now, buy 2 windows, get 2 free, and there's no limit. Need 4? You only pay for 2. And here's something that will make your wallet even happier. Pay no interest until 2030. Schedule your free in-home estimate or visit universalwindowsdirect.com, and like me, you'll be saying, I love my windows.
The wait is over. Brewers baseball is back. Time to pick your Brewers games and get back to the ballpark for tailgate traditions and walk-off wins. Be here for opening day. Come back for the big games and the best giveaways. Where else would you want to be? Brewers tickets for the 2025 season are on sale now. That's opening day and every game, all summer long. Get on board for the show today. Grab your seats at brewers.com/ticket finder.
UW Credit Union presents the Student Athlete of the Week, supporting local student athletes as they grow on the field, in the classroom, and in the community. UW Credit Union is here for every you. Learn more at uwcu.org. Here's Ashton Rotman with the UW Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week.
This week's UW Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week is to athletes and the Wauwatosa East girls basketball team winning their first WIAA basketball title since 1981. The squad, however, was led by one particular player, Micaiah Litza, scoring 32 points and grabbing another 9 boards plus 5 steals, helping lead a overtime thriller of a victory 59-58 over Edgewood in that state victory. And not to be forgotten, it was the 100th career win for head coach Mary Murd of Tosa East High School. Congratulations to this week's UW Credit Union Student Athletes of the Week, the championship Tosa East girls basketball team.
Quality isn't just a promise, it's a process. At Higher Love, they craft with integrity, delivering farm-to-table products you can trust. As the only Clean Green certified organic cultivator in the Upper Peninsula, Higher Love takes pride in growing pure premium products, meaning better quality at better value and a difference you can feel. You can find Higher Love just across the border in Menominee and Ironwood, or at any of their 9 locations throughout the UP. Get more information at findhigherlove.com/CBD.
When you don't compromise on the court, you shouldn't compromise off of it either. Lose the calories, not the taste. Michelob Ultra, superior light beer. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri. Copyright 2024.
Hey, Bucks fans, enjoy Michelob Ultra at Bucket's Pub Second Round Racine, Bullwinkle's in Brookfield, Stenny's Lake Country in Pewaukee, Thirsty Duck Sussex, Brewski Sports Pub and Barbecue Milwaukee, and Morton's Pub South Milwaukee. Michelob Ultra, proud sponsor of the Milwaukee Bucks.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
I've got some famous friends you probably never heard of, but back in Rutherford County, our crowd is second to none. You might not know them here in this big city we're in.
Ben Brust, Kyle Wallace, Brad Nortman, Strophe running the show. Happy to be joined now by Brian Balaga. He'll be on the Homer Hour from 5 to 6 right here on 94.5 ESPN. What's up, Brian?
Not much, guys. How you doing?
We're good. We're good. Trying to talk people off the ledge of the playing on Thursday and playing in altitude for the Badgers. But at the end of the day, they got an opportunity and they'll go get it. And Kyle has a frustration right now. And as somebody who was in the building, and Goody was a general manager during your tenure, I believe, for what? 3 years? 2 years?
Yeah, 2 years or 3 years. Yeah, 3 years. Yeah.
You know, the Packer way, the Goody way is good. But I'm not saying, and I want this to be very clear because I'm with Kyle, the way the Bengals are building the roster doesn't necessarily mean it's the right thing to do. But seeing a team have superstars to invest in leaves, I'd say, some Packer fans feeling like, why isn't there more on our team? Whether they didn't hit the draft picks, I know they went and got McKinney and Jacobs, but it's still not like there's not enough stars to make a run. And this offseason so far hasn't been like, we're going for it this year.
Well,
how do you balance? How do you balance all that as a former Packer and knowing the ultimate goal is to win a Super Bowl, but Matt LaFleur made all of the tools in the tool chest to build whatever he needs to build?
Yeah, I mean, listen, it's very very gaudy when you see what happened last night. I mean, even I for some reason, I looked at my phone around 11 o'clock. I rolled over in bed and my phone lit up and I saw all the contract details and I even went, whoa, look at that. But let's be real. That the way they're building that team out there, that's interesting, right? I mean, you got two wideouts making God knows how much money, and then the quarterback. Obviously, you got to pay the quarterback. When your defense ranked dead last in the NFL last year, and now your best defensive end wants to get out. So there's a way to build a team. They think it's that way, and there's a lot of issues there. And Green Bay thinks it's one way. And yes, you want to have superstars. I totally understand that. But it's hard to keep superstars all in-house at once. Green Bay at one point was very fortunate to have that, especially at that wide receiver position. I happened to be there when a lot of those guys were around, and we were very fortunate. Times were different as well with what those type of guys were making at the time. You know what I mean? Wide receivers weren't making $35 million plus a year or 40, whatever it is. Not, I mean, they're making, I mean,
Chase
what
got
is he?
40.
Yeah, they were making $40 million a year at the time, right? Like that wasn't the case. So you were able to hang on to a Jordy Nelson, a Cobb, and a Devontae, and a James Jones all at once. It was possible. So times have changed in the NFL. I understand that. And I get the cap keeps going up, but I think the way the roster gets constructed and the way Goody does it is good. I understand that people do want they want that one extra guy that goes wow, like that, like a wow player, and you know what, you got to sometimes hope it hits through the draft, and maybe that takes a year or two to develop. Maybe it doesn't. Like Chase and Jefferson, those guys jumped off the page immediately, right? When they got into the league, those dudes were instant wow players. Maybe you get that. You don't know. But I feel like the way he's doing it right now is good. The team is obviously, we know, competitive.
Wait a minute, Brian, is good the goal, or is great championship the goal?
Okay, so let's look at where we were 2 years ago. We were in complete rebuild mode, and we made the playoffs. And now we made the playoffs again. And now we start to look at this from a standpoint, at least I do, we're out of that mode now. Now we're at, with what you said, exactly, you're right. Now we're trying to win division titles, and we're trying to get back to championships. So yes, I am with you that we are now back to trying to get back to the ultimate prize. So yes, I'm all on board with where this team's trying to go, and where the front office sees that process right now. I'm not totally sure, right? I don't know if my vision of where they should be aligns with where the vision of the front office sees it, right? Like, I don't know. I mean, maybe they see this as more of like a 5-year process, and I see it as, hey, you thought this was going to be a rebuild that may take 5 years. You know, you brought in a new quarterback after getting rid of a Hall of Famer, and you made the playoffs 2 years in a row, right? And I understand that maybe there was, some people say, regression on that behalf of the quarterback, but you know what? You brought in a different style of play. It went well. You made the playoffs, and here we go again. Time to improve. Time to get better. And you brought in some more weapons this year, in free agency. Let's see how that improves. And you got the draft. So I think the goal now, to me at least, always is try to get to the ultimate prize. That's what it should always be in Green Bay. When you have a quarterback in-house, which they do, which I think Jordan Love is good, and I'll continue to say it. I think he's a good quarterback. I think he has everything that the team needs and that you want out of a very good starting quarterback. When you got a quarterback that's making the type of cash that he is, the expectation in Green Bay is the ultimate prize, and that is the Lombardi. So as long as that guy's in-house, that's the ultimate prize.
Brian, you know how many how many guys it takes on a roster to win a Super Bowl championship, or at least even to be an annual contender. How many? And Josh Jacobs made some waves when he said, the Green Bay Packers are a few players away. That was his words. How many players away did you feel like the Packers were before free agency? How many players away do you feel like they are right now? Free agency is not done, but the big splashies are out of the way. How many do you feel like they needed before? How many do you feel like they are away now before the draft?
Yeah, I mean, it's so hard to put a number on how many guys do I think they were away. You know what I mean? Because I always look at it as, what parts of the roster did they improve, right? Like who did they what parts of the team did they improve? Was it how many guys or the quality of guy or you know what I mean? Like, that's the way I kind of always look at things, because one guy, as we saw from McKinney, can improve a lot of things on the back end, which he did, right? Like, and then you look at Jacobs, one running back can improve pretty much. You look at it, because we could all say how Jordan Love performed or whatever we want to say about it. Improved an offense, a whole run game dramatically, right? One guy did. He did great work. So, you could say that maybe they needed to go out and get, I don't know, 3-4 guys, and we don't know that the guard they got and the corner they got could end up being phenomenal players for them, and they could be the guys that they absolutely needed to make this thing, tick one more step forward, and that's something we're gonna have to see, right? Like,
can we admit it's at least two? You need at least a game wrecker or a game changer on the defensive line and a sure-handed wide receiver that is a number one
for in the draft.
No, just like from what they need.
Oh, for what they need, like
be a contender, true contender,
a true contender. I mean, like, listen, I still think that. I think they're going to get receivers in the draft. I don't think it's going to be first round, right? Like, I don't think that's what they're going to do. That's not the way they do it.
And as you know, it's more likely in the draft. It's a little bit for the future.
Yeah, I get that. I totally understand that. I'm with you. I still, and I know I'm probably going to get beat up for this. I still have belief in Reed and Wicks. I still think they can be guys that are very productive. I think they can get over whatever struggles they had last year and be very productive guys. And if they get the tight ends more involved and they're able to scheme things a little bit differently, they can be super productive players, and they can turn around what happened last year. And if they just clean up the things that we all harped on, right? The drops, they clean those things up, man. I mean, this is a different conversation we're all having right now, right? So I know we all wanted the wide out, right? And we all wanted
Tay.
We all wanted Tay, and we wanted the Myles Garrett, but let's just be real, man. We weren't doing $26 million and $40 million for pass rushers and wide receivers this offseason. It just wasn't going to happen. And that was the reality of it. And, now we just kind of have to look at the guys we got in house, have to step up, and whatever's going to come in the draft, those guys got to be ready to go.
That is Brian Balaga with a good pragmatic mind there, talking through the Green Bay Packers roster with us on Kyle Brust Nortman. Coming up next, you're going to hear Brian